Hello there and welcome to Lawnmower Critics 2, because every time I gotta record something, there's a lawnmower going in the background. And
Don't worry, Job, it won't be anywhere near us for this.
Oh, God. That reference, though.
Right?
That reference, though. We're going to begin, as we normally do, with 21... let's try that again. 21 instances of Tumblr getting deep.
Let's get deep.
Nudity. Not nudity, but nudity.
Okay.
Like the beverage.
Oh.
Nudity, and he's coming back. Jesus Christ with this. Every time I gotta record something long, this is going on. It's 7 p.m., guys. I want to let you guys know that.
Sounds like a freaking plane coming through. Breaker 9, do you read me?
It's not time to be mowing the goddamn lawn at 7 p.m., but alright. On a Monday, no less. Nudity says, all I really want from life is a legitimate reason to hidden a bunch of photos and newspaper fragments on a huge corkboard and connect them with long strings of yarn.
Like you're solving a murder case?
Or some kind of mystery.
Yeah, why'd I have to go right to murder?
Maybe they're looking for Bigfoot and then, okay, turn around, go the other direction, and now we can hear ourselves. Oh, wait, no, he's lingering. Okay, yeah, get behind it, yeah, the grass has to be short, okay, goodbye. It's not even long, alright. I think he's bored.
Wouldn't that be like a super bitch if
I'm
like
still waiting, he's just going back and forth right across, like right next to my window, which is 3 feet away from me.
What if he like stops in front of your window, looks at you right in the eye and revs it?
I think he's doing donuts. I don't know what's going on out there. Alright, he's moving away. This one doesn't have a name on it. It says, so I walked into the dentist this morning. My dentist asked me how my weekend was. I said, good, I watched Captain America last night. I really liked it. And my dentist says, oh, my son is in that movie. At first I thought he was joking, and then I realized. Dr. Robert Evans. I looked it up. My dentist is Captain America's dad.
Ah, wow. That's
My
cool.
Son. I love how he just casually says, "Oh, my son is in that movie." Like like when somebody says that, you think it would be like a small part or something, not like he's the main character and that there's been 3 of these movies and it's like a really big deal.
That's crazy.
It's nuts. That's Dr. Robert Evans. Wow.
Oh, my son is in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and there's actually an excerpt from Chris Evans's Wikipedia, and it says his father, Robert Bob Evans III, is a dentist. Yeah. Oh, my son is in that movie. Oh, who does he play? Captain America.
He is Captain America.
Oh, and there's a reply. Okay, there was a name here. It's Ryan XP. The reply here from Sherlock Vows on the River Styx says, I like how he said he's in the movie as if it's an extra, not the main character, and also Chris fucking Evans. That's kind of what I said.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest stars in the world, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure, right now.
Hold on, what is going on out there? Because now he's stopping. I'm hearing weird noises. Peek out the window. What's he doing? Hold on a second, guys. Vamp for me, will you?
Man. What a very weird thing. Like, it's like he planned this ahead of time. Like he was just waiting for the moment. Like, oh, shit, let's critics do. Gotta go get my shit on.
I think he's having engine trouble.
Well, darn, he might have to quit early tonight.
I know, right? I think the noises I'm hearing, I don't know if you can hear, it's like brr, brr. I think it's him pulling on the damn thing. All right, so Burger says you get teary-eyed when you yawn because you miss your bed.
Aw.
That's funny. Like I Give a Bother says, thank you, Nature, for pre-slicing oranges for us. You didn't have to, and you did anyway, and that was cool of you.
Yeah, it's nature's sliced bread, except a fruit.
Oranges aren't sliced? Like, what is he talking about?
Like, when you take off the rind, and then they just automatically
there's like those chambers?
Yeah.
Okay. See, when I was thinking sliced, I was thinking of like orange slices, like a cross section kind of thing, and I'm like, what the hell is he talking about?
No.
Like, that doesn't occur in nature. Is he stupid? All right. Online GF says, what if your brain had autocorrect and you accidentally yelled out, "I'm gonna lick your ass" in anger?
Oh no, I would hate vocal autocorrect.
Wow. But
That's a frightening thought.
Yeah, wow. Anime Adult says, people are so interested in aliens, but how would they expect to learn about cultures from different planets or solar systems if they can't even accept different cultures on your own damn planet from your own damn species?
Oh.
Very true. Very true. Well, if you want one of the most realistic movies out there for what would happen if we were contacted by aliens, I mean, Contact is probably the prime example, because you have these people like, well, are they Christians? You know what I mean? Because that's basically what or maybe that episode of South Park with Starvin' Marvin in space.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Carl Sagan. It could be South Park.
Mm-hmm.
Party Barack's in the house tonight says, why do windshield wipers only have 2 settings? I need more than one wipe every 86 years or a metronome for a Skrillex album. I've actually seen that one before.
Skrillex, is he still relevant?
I mean, like I said, I've seen that one before. That's an old post.
Yeah, well.
So he might have been relevant when that was originally posted. Akashi says, when something stressful comes up, and has that, like, remind me in blank things where you, like, well, you don't know this because you know Windows.
No.
Sometimes Windows Update is like, oh, you need to reboot because we did something. And it's like, you can postpone it, and it'll say, remind me in 10 minutes, remind me in an hour, or so like that.
Yeah.
And they doctored it to say 10 minutes, hour, 4 hours, 6 hours, tomorrow, next week, next century.
Whoa.
Yeah. Unplatziert says, my morning routine includes 10 minutes of sitting on my bed and thinking about how tired I am. Well,
yeah, I've contemplated that.
Yeah. Craig Kalake says, how do people leak songs? Where do they come from? What are you?
I think it's leak in quotation marks.
No, well, they're probably something like, well, where are you getting it from? And I actually can explain this. What happens is, even though CDs are not a big thing anymore, they do exist. And when CDs are manufactured, if there's any kind of error in the printing, they throw them out, and then somebody who works at the CD factory fishes it out and takes it home, copies it on their computer, and that's how music gets leaked out early.
Yeah, oh man, all it takes is a little printing error. Free CD.
Exactly. Oh my God. Remember the Subway thing?
Yeah.
Oh, my friend Kelly from way back in the day posted on it and says, this is what bacon looks like.
Shoves it in the face.
That she remembered that. Oh my God. All right, so Peach Kuai says, proof I am a grandpa. Hates kids, full of useless information, everything hurts, ready for death.
That's just depressing.
It's very depressing, damn. Jackal Cross says, bare minimum. I thought you meant bare minimum, as in the smallest amount of bears possible, which is why I brought one bear. There's one bear, a.k.a. the smallest amount of bears possible. I mean, this is a problem, but at least it's not like bear maximum.
Which is infinite bear.
Yeah, infinite bears. Bears everywhere. I love that this person's Tumblr name is Queer Propaganda, like somebody thought to make that their Tumblr.
All right, well.
So Queer Propaganda says, how cute is it that humans make homes for birds? Humans are so cute. And Eggs says, pretty cute, but when was the last time a bird made a house for a human? That's right, never. It's time it goes both fucking ways. Well, to be fair, I mean, they would just make like a giant nest.
Yeah, just like
it'd be like a bunch
hay.
Like it'd be like sticks and logs and shit.
Yeah, just build us a bungalow.
Okay, accidentally clicked on something here. Okay, so my own Lost says, I'd like to cancel my subscription to Menstrual Cycle Monthly. Time Lord Paradise says, I'm sorry, it appears you've taken out a 50, 60-year subscription. However, we can pause it for 9 months as long as you sign a contract that says you'll take on a subscription to Baby Daily for at least 18 years. Tick of the Stage says, damn those terms and conditions, and Norman Basile says, I didn't even read them. I've made a huge mistake. So there you go.
Nobody reads those terms and conditions when applying.
Okay, so Keely, well, then that's how you become the human centipede.
Yes,
so,
right?
Keely Chu says, I think we all know a guy who wore this hat every day, and it's like some hat with like googly eyes and a mustache on it.
I thought it'd be the Scumbag Steve hat.
Oh, well, I think we all know that guy, too.
Yeah.
Contour Kit says, buying new makeup and skincare is therapeutic because now I have a reason to wake up in the morning. I can't leave this planet without trying these eyeshadows and lip products.
Yeah. Truthfully.
Bathbug says, why is everyone so mean? How aren't you tired? That's a good question.
I guess
Yeah, that's a very good question. Like, who has
being
the
mad
energy
could
for
be
that?
exhausting.
It must be, yeah. Marks VX says, never underestimate how much cleaning your room will unfuck your head. If you say so.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know, it might tire you out and you're like at peace.
Maybe that's it. Just Shower Thought says, every time you get dressed, remember that if you die, that's your ghost outfit forever. And Brig Wife says, nothing in the world has ever motivated me to sort out my dress sense more than this post. That sucks. Like, what if you die in the shower and you're just, like, naked for all eternity?
Hey, do they make ghost clothes?
Ghost clothes. That should be a band.
Or like something from Beetlejuice, like some store specifically for the dead, you know?
Apparel of the damned.
Oh, there you go.
Transgenderer says, name one difference between birds and children. Eleanor Bearder replies with, children have eyebrows. And then Hooser says, think again, and posts a picture of a bird with, markings above its eyes that look like eyebrows. Like some dogs, like Rottweilers, for example, they have those tan markings above the eyes. It looks like eyebrows, but it's not.
From a distance, you may think otherwise.
Well, I mean, for even close up, they look like eyebrows. It's just that it's just differently colored fur, or in this case, feathers. Swim2Bird says, if you've never read Shakespeare's plays, you're missing out on some quality zingers. Cass Wants the Dean replies with a quote from Shakespeare, from Demetrius. Villain, what hast thou done? Thou which thou canst not undo. Thou hast undone our mother. Villain, I have done thy mother.
Oh!
Yeah. So, and then they say the first mom joke, and Just a Barrel of Monkeys replies with, can I just use villain I have done thy mother as my #1 insult forever? I don't see why not.
I hope that's real and they just didn't
It is real, I've seen that.
Oh, that's cool.
It is real, yeah. Shakespeare was filthy. People don't realize it. Now he's doing the front. It is so not needed. The grass is so short, but he's right to my left now. He's on my right, now he's on my left. But out of 21, what do you say, Jesse? Shout, please.
18!
18! I'm going to agree, actually. I'm going to say 18. All right, 15 Twitter jokes everyone should read. Bear Knee Sanders at La Bear Girdle says, dentist waiting room, me, chanting, teeth, teeth, other patients, teeth, teeth, secretary pounding her clipboard, teeth, teeth, teeth.
That got weird.
Yeah, it's not funny, but I felt I should put something into it.
Mm-hmm.
Viney Ill at Viney Ill says, at my Comedy Central roast after every joke. That's not true.
Yeah. That's not true. They're embellishing it.
No, you're telling mistruths. Eli Uden at Eli Uden says, being an old-timey doctor would rule. Just drunk as hell, like, yeah, you got ghosts in your blood. You should do cocaine about it. I mean, if you think about it, it would be very easy if you, went back in time and got stuck, like Doc Brown or something.
Yeah.
To pretend to be a doctor, like, oh, you have too much blood. We're going to need to drain some of that.
You have too much blood in you.
Let's put some leeches on you. Number 4, RM at Dorsal Stream says, I decided to donate my brain to science. Years later, my brain is used to prop open the science door. That's the door to science.
Wah, wah, wah.
Cat Demon at Corn on the Goblin says, you promise you didn't get me bees again. Me from a distance. Just open it!
He says as he needs to yell.
Yeah, exactly. I like that one. Oh, you're going to love this because it's your favorite Twitter user, Snorkel Wahwat, Wiener Dog for Life. Whenever I say that, I got to pause and let Jesse laugh. When God closes a door, he opens a window. Secure the perimeter. God is escaping.
Over.
Al Gore Trout at Karate Horse says, cabinets for when you want things indoors twice. Cabinets. That's not even funny. Why am I laughing?
I think it was your delivery. That delay before you said twice.
Yeah. Brian Altino at Agent Bizzle says, A guy tried to sell me crack today, and my answer was, sorry, I can't. I have to go to work, as if Saturday is a better day for me to do crack.
Okay.
That's nice. Shut Up Mike in it. Shut Up Mike in says, going to need you to finish your story real quick so I can tell you how the same thing happened to me, but it's more interesting because I'm in it.
Aha.
I know people like that.
And they try to tell it a different way, but it's just the same.
Yeah, it's the same shit. Bandit at Utility Limb says, the jet black 800-foot walls lined with unknown skulls depressed me too, honey, but we both agreed War Cube was the best house we could afford.
War Cube?
I don't even get it. Is that a reference to something? Or is
That's
this guy
probably
just being,
a reference.
Is this guy just being weird? And I got to Google War Cube now. We're going to find out if this is a thing or if this guy's just a damn weirdo.
Was that one of the sequels to Cube?
Well, there's a game on Steam called War Cube.
Maybe that's it.
I don't think so. This is literally like a Rubik's Cube with like army soldier guys.
Kids like the Steams.
It looks like shit.
Well,
It does not look good. Anyway, Siege at Sea Joiner says, are you ready to rock? How's everybody feeling tonight? Anybody haunted by profound loss?
oh.
Bridger Weinger at Bridger W says, closely follow the person in front of you at Chipotle, and each time they add an item, quietly say, oh, looks like someone read my mind.
Every single time they add something.
That would get annoying. That's a great way to get punched. As Payton would say, if you want to get punched, because that's how you get punched.
Ouch.
Ted Travelstead at Trumpet Cake says, wear only a towel around your waist and you can get into just about anywhere if you just repeat so sorry, and keep moving forward. That's true. Who's going to stop that guy?
Yeah, I mean, he's apologizing, be nice about it.
And you're like, oh, he's got no clothes. There's something going on, you know? So sorry. Brad Savage at Papa's Uncle says, ATM is telling me I have insufficient funds. Worst part is I was just walking by minding my own business.
Hey, buddy!
That's like the beginning of that terrible movie, Trucks.
Trucks? What?
It was called Trucks. I'm sorry. The book was called Trucks. The movie was Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, okay.
And there was the ATM, and it was actually Stephen King's cameo, because he not only wrote the story, but he directed that movie. And the ATM calls him an asshole.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was a weird movie.
I don't remember fun things about that movie.
I don't know about all that. Dollar Horton at Crushing Bort says, crowd in 1889 screaming because they appeared out of thin air and shot a baby. That was baby Hitler. Everyone just calm down. That was baby Hitler.
Okay.
And they're like, who? What is wrong with you? You just shot a baby.
You shot a baby. Don't worry about it. I'm saving a lot of trouble.
Well, out of 15, I'm going to say, this is a strong grouping. I'm going to say 12.
I'm thinking 11.
You're thinking 11, huh?
I'm thinking 11, and I'm thinking Arby's.
Oh, God. I was saying, like, when you said I'm thinking, like, please tell me he's not going to say something about Arby's.
Hey, now.
He's like, nah, I gots to, honey. I gots to.
Yeah, it's right there.
I can't not do it, baby. I gots to. All right, I'm trying to get to. I had a bunch of submitted lists. I'm trying to get to them right now.
All right. Let's get submissive. No, that doesn't work.
Oh. So you lay on your back and offer your belly for scratches.
Oh, so cute.
My neighbor's got this new dog. It's a pit bull.
Oh.
I was getting out of my car and I saw him and I'm like, doggo! Say they let him come over and say hi and the dog immediately drops to the ground and goes into the submissive pose.
Oh.
Dogs usually like me if they're big dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Little dogs, it's hit and miss.
They yip at you?
Sometimes they don't even let me near them. I'm like, man, you should talk to the big dogs. They say I'm cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. I got Will Hamar sent me a really interesting list. You know those lists that's like the scariest places in the world kind of thing?
I can gather what that is.
Well, he's read a bunch on this, and he compiled his own list, the 11 most terrifying places on planet Earth. And when I saw this, I was like, he got this from Listverse or something. But I looked at and I read a little bit of it, and he really compiled this himself and wrote his own descriptions for these.
Okay.
Yeah. So number 11 is Akogahara Forest in Japan. Have you ever heard of this?
Nope.
This is the suicide forest.
People go and commit suicide there?
Akigahara is the woodlands that cover the base of Mount Fuji in Japan. In the 50s, a book by Seiichi Matsumoto published a book called Kuroi Kaiju. I don't speak Japanese, but I know kaiju is a monster, and 2 of the book's main characters commit suicide in the forest. This apparently started a trend because since the book's release, over 500 people have committed suicide there. It has become such a problem that there are literally signs posted everywhere saying things like, think of your family or bears will poop on your corpse.
Oh.
If there was ever a place for haunting, this must be like the demonic underworld's version of Atlantic City.
See, the sad thing is they probably put up those bear signs because they found bear poop on people's corpses.
I think they're just trying to make people smile so that they're not depressed and want to kill themselves. That's funny. But no, I've seen pictures and it's really disturbing, and people have to go in normally, like on regular basis, to look for bodies.
Oh, can you imagine having that job? Corpse detail?
Yeah, and then of course that's going to make you depressed, so...
Yeah, like you'd have to go home and just watch, I don't know, like a couple episodes of Pokemon or something.
Just kittens playing.
Yes.
Just a 7-hour live stream of kittens playing.
Oh my God! Why am I not doing that now?
No, I'm kind of a little confused by his next choice. Number 10 is Yellowstone National Forest.
Yellowstone?
What is so scary about this? Let's see. You'll notice a running theme here is that forests are fucking terrifying. While you may be like, how scary can a national park be? Let me remind you that animals lived in forests. Big, super territorial, slightly hungry, and just generally pissed off animals. None more scary than the full-grown bull moose. What, a moose scary? Yes, very fucking scary, actually. See, not a lot of people realize how scary a moose can be. The fuckers can stand upwards of 7 feet at the fucking shoulder, but are fiercely territorial and will literally murder the fuck out of you if you step on their turf. Not to mention if you were to step off the beaten path and enter a sulfur pit or worse. The snow. See, there are a lot of trees in forests, and snow covers the landscape during half the year. Snow deposits lighter under trees, and if stumbled upon, can cause someone to become buried in hundreds and hundreds of pounds of snow, causing slow and painful death of suffocation.
Oh my God!
To deter, then. I mean, you don't have to do that.
And if you see a moose, just quietly walk away, because those things are kind of scary.
Number 9 is Sanji Resort in Thailand. Did I say resort? I meant abandoned ghost town that was never finished because workers kept dying of mysterious ways. Or Godzilla attacks, for all we know. See, there's not a lot of info on the resort. It was started in the 80s as a potential tourist attraction, but due to the previously mentioned on-site deaths, they were like, yeah, let's just not say we did. And they GTFO'd. I can't even confirm how many people died there or if they screamed about a small Japanese girl with no eyes eating their souls. The locals, surprise, refused to go anywhere near it.
Wow, so it's just abandoned.
This is what I love about his lists, is the comedy of it, you know?
Yeah, it keeps it a little light despite the morbidity.
Number 8 is Pripyat in Ukraine. I'm sure you know why that's scary.
Nope.
Pripyat?
I've never heard of it.
The radioactive city?
No.
Okay, well, I'll read it for you here. An abandoned post-nuclear theme park, oh joy! Built on the site of the infamous Chernobyl disaster, the town of Pripyat was built for the families of the scientists working at the reactor and had a population of over 50,000. For those that don't know, in 1986 the Chernobyl plant malfunctioned and was evacuated. Today the theme park built in Pripyat is decaying and literally looks like the inspiration for the theme park in Silent Hill 3. It actually was. Plus, if you go there, you can potentially die of radiation poisoning, although recently the levels have gone down a bit.
Okay, you say Chernobyl. Now I know what it is.
Well, Chernobyl's in Pripyat.
Well, I didn't know that part.
I thought you would know that. All right. Number 7, Hellingley Hospital in England. I mean, it has hell.
Abandoned hospital?
It has hell in the name, so how good can it be, right? The first thing you'll notice about Hellingley is that it's an abandoned hospital. You'll also notice it has the word hell in its name. Oh, but it was just a hospital. It was a fucking insane asylum. Built by G.T. Hine. A quick Google search showed me that he was super good at building insane asylums, which a really weird thing to be good at. But man, was this a fucking doozy. The complex sprawled over 60 acres, had its own rail line, ballroom, salon, and a water tower. Not to mention a literal fuck ton of barracks to house people who, were supposedly insane. See, when I say insane, you imagine a man in a straitjacket who's probably foaming at the mouth, yelling that Hitler was right all along. That's exactly what I think of. But back in those days, being a homosexual was considered a mental illness, and this wasn't abandoned until 1994.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Woo.
As far as I can tell, they just built a nicer facility and moved everyone to it, but look up pictures of this place. If I had a choice of becoming a eunuch or spending a night there, I'd still spend the night there, but I'd definitely have to think about it. Well, you never put your balls on the line. I mean, damn.
No, man.
Number 6 is Candido Godoy in Brazil. Way down in the southern tip of Brazil, about 20 miles east of El Bumfuco, Egypto, lies a little peaceful town called Candido Godoy, a.k.a. the twin capital of the world. This place is nicknamed Land of the Twins because of the unnaturally high twin birth rate. How high? Only 18 fucking times higher than the world average. 1 in 5 couples will have twins. So why does this make the place creepy? The answer? Nazis! Yes, fucking Nazis. You see, a famous Nazi doctor conducted experiments there. That Nazi doctor was Joseph Mengele, the infamous Dr. Death.
Oh.
He had a fascination with twins in particular and was said to have fled to South America after the war. There was, in fact, a German-born doctor who appeared in the area around 1963, and that's when all the twins started appearing. This is just a rumor, after all, but the birth rate has been explained by science as inbreeding or exposure to toxic waste, but I'm pretty sure it was Nazis.
Because that makes it a far more interesting tale.
Well, Dr. Mengele was a sick fuck.
The sickest.
I'm surprised he chose something from Brazil and he didn't go for Snake Island.
Is that where Skeletor lives?
No, there's a little tiny island off the coast of Brazil. It's called, in Portuguese, Island of Snakes, and it is literally just, there are so many snakes there, it's not even funny.
Snake Mountain, that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, you're thinking of Snake Mountain, okay. Number 5, Matsuo Koizan in Japan. Why is there so much creepy shit in Japan? Matsuo Koizan, which at one point was the largest sulfur mine in the Far East, closed in 1972. The only thing that remains is the abandoned apartment complexes that workers would live in. So far, all normal. Oh yeah, you can even see the apartments. You can't even see the apartments at all because the place is constantly covered in the shroud of thick mist. So much so that if I was to go looking for my clearly already dead wife, this is definitely where I'd look. So this is Silent Hill, in other words.
Yeah.
A popular destination for urban explorers, some cannot even find it due to the thick mist constantly shrouding it.
So it's an early N64 game.
Or it's Silent Hill.
Or it's Silent Hill.
Number 4, the village of Jatinga, Assam, India. A quiet little town in every sense of the word with a population of about 2,500 people. There is one thing that makes this town creepy as hell. As Okigahara is to human suicide, this place is for bird suicide. For no known reason, between September and October, around 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., and only along a very specific mile-long, 200-yard-wide strip of land, any bird in the area plummets to its doom. This has been going on for over 100 years. Over 44 species of bird have fell victim, and scientists are more confused than me watching a German student film with no subtitles. The town is doing all right for itself, however, as they have built viewing platforms to charge tourists to watch birds kill themselves.
It's like there's one of those invisible electric fences.
Yeah, but it goes off once a year at a very specific time.
Yeah.
There's actually a place, I forget where it is, but there's some sort of bridge that dogs always kill themselves at.
Oh, that's sad.
They just hurl themselves. As a matter of fact, there was this one story I heard about somebody walking their dog in the area, and the dog got loose and hurled itself off this bridge.
Oh.
Survived, landed in the river, swam to shore, climbed up onto the bridge, and hurled itself off again.
What?
Yeah, nobody can figure that out either.
How do you explain that?
Number 3, Acton Tunichil Mungnal in Belize. That translates to Cave of the Stone Sepulchre. That sounds like it's like an area in Skyrim, dude. In case you were wondering, and is a major archaeological site of the Mayan culture. There is one chamber in which was believed to be a sacrificial chamber suggested by the characteristic carvings found in pottery. And by pottery, I mean murdered skeletons. To make matters worse, all the skeletons were that of children. Yep, sacrificed children. Man, weren't those ancient civilizations so civilized? If the fact of being in the same room as the corpses of children doesn't dissuade you, maybe the fact the colony of giant cave spiders that lives there will.
Oh, jeez.
This really is a part of Skyrim, isn't it? It's even got giant cave spiders.
God. I don't want to even... Ooh.
Yeah. Number 2 is Sedlak Ossuary in Norway. I mean, just from the name Ossuary, it's full of skulls. The Sedlak Ossuary is a very odd sense of decoration. The first thing you'll see when you walk in, other than the giant fucking piles of human bones, is the gigantic fucking chandelier made of every human bone.
Whoa.
Yeah, some guys are hired to organize all the bodies in the ossuary, and he built that fucking thing there, and the owners were like, hey, that's cool, can you do more? Have these guys never seen Poltergeist? And his number 1 pick for the most terrifying place on Earth is Muynak in Uzbekistan.
Oh, wow, okay.
Like a surrealist painting in real life, a ship graveyard in the middle of the desert, because that's a thing apparently. What was once a popular fishing port by the Aral Sea is now just a giant fucking sandbox complete with ships. Starting in the 1960s, the Soviets started diverting the water for irrigation projects, and now the sea, which is actually a lake, had shrunk to just 10% of its original size. The receding waters killed the town, and now the heavy metals found in the water are poisoning those that remain. Communism. Not even once.
Oh, that's just sad.
Something like that in Dragon Quest VIII.
Oh, really?
Where you had to find a ship, and there's this ship that's like literally in the middle of this like sunken desert area that used to be a giant lake.
Isn't there something like that in one of these Zelda Oracle games?
I don't know, but you had to get this like elf guy to. He made the ghost of the ocean here and lift the ship up and deposit it into the actual ocean.
Because Dragon Quest.
Yeah. I saw this thing on... we got to rate this in a second, but I saw this thing on Facebook that it was a little featurette for the release of Dragon Quest XI, which just came out recently in Japan. And the guy that was doing it perfectly described the difference between the two biggest RPG series, Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest.
Oh.
He said Final Fantasy is like, what if Lord of the Rings had motorcycles? Whereas Dragon Quest is like, what if fairy tales were better? And I'm like, that's pretty accurate. All right,
they're both pretty cool concepts.
Yeah, exactly, for different reasons, obviously. Out of 11, I'm gonna say 11. That was really interesting to read, mostly for his humor.
Yeah, like just the list in its entirety, I'm gonna go 11 as well.
There you go.
I mean, yeah, I don't know about scary, but interesting definitely.
Oh, come on, the Cave of Spiders isn't scary to you?
That's one.
All right, I'm not going to do all the lists that Poofinesse sent me, because he sent me a lot of them.
Content generator.
He's been sending me a lot lately, and I did a bunch of them already on List Critics 1, but I also have a lot of lists I got to get through. I'm going to just pick and choose a few, and we'll just get to the rest at some other day. We will get to them. But I'm going to try and pick the ones that are not about sex, because he sends a lot of sex-related ones. And we did so many of those on List Critics that I just want to do something different.
This is List Critics, not Sex Critics.
Yeah, well, we did an episode like that. But he likes to send a lot from College Humor, which I'm a fan about. I like College Humor a lot. I'm going to do these two lists I just selected. You choose which one you want to hear first. The first is 15 people share the cringiest shit they've seen in public. And the other is 16 Scottish people Twitter tweets that are hilarious if you can understand them.
The first one.
Okay. So 15 people share the cringiest shit they've ever seen in public. Number 1. Yeah. I once saw this guy in a bus station walk behind a random woman and cover her eyes, asking her to guess who it was. She then screamed and pushed the guy away, cursing him out, and his face turned bright red, trying to explain to her that he mistook her for his girlfriend.
That's a risk you shouldn't take.
That's funny, though.
You are gambling there, man.
I love that she started screaming and shit. That's this number 2, proposing to his girlfriend in the middle of a shopping mall. She said no.
Oh.
That's right.
Like what? It all depends on the delivery. If she's like, no, then that's terrible. But if she's like, oh no.
Yeah, oh, that's cringy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3, some goth or whatever the fuck that style was, teen at the mall, jumped off the stairs about 10 feet to the ground floor to impress his friends/girls. Nobody cared, and he just whined loudly about how much it hurt.
It would be kind of cringy, but also I'd chuckle.
Well, nobody wants to deal with the whining, though.
Oh, it hurts. Yeah, you'll heal.
Number 4, a freshman at my school wears a Naruto headband to school every day.
Oh, I hear enough of that all the time.
That's super cringe right there. Number 5, I've seen several different people arrive at the gym, take photos on the equipment, then leave. Sometimes they come in clusters to help each other. Baffled me.
Well, that's like, look, I'm doing my daily workout, and then
I mean, but you're there. You might as well just do it.
Maybe they have more important shit to do.
It's embarrassing for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Number 6, girl in my high school walks into class one day. Guys, have you ever heard anyone talking about me? Has anyone been talking shit about me? No, what happened? Girl proceeds to explain how she gave one of her peers a little rub down at his request because he couldn't get an erection and that she'd been caught in the act by one of the teachers. Nope, haven't heard anything and wishing I hadn't asked. Okay, thank God, I was afraid that people were going to spread rumors about me. Classmates newly arrived. Why would people spread rumors about you? Girl begins telling the story all over again, over and over, until I'm pretty sure the whole room was made aware of the incident. I mean, she just doesn't want to have any rumors. She wants to just tell you what happened.
Yeah, here's exactly what happened so that you get the story straight.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want her to think that she was jerking off an erect penis.
God forbid. God forbid.
Yeah. Number 7. I was waiting for my clothes at a laundromat and noticed this dorky guy lingering near a very attractive woman. After a few minutes of thinking of the perfect line, he leaned over to her and said, "Laundry day, am I right?" She politely smiled, and I had to go wait outside.
Oh.
What a line! I'm surprised she didn't blow him right there.
I know, I'm just swooning thinking about it.
Laundry day, am I right? Ooh.
I got the vapors.
Damn. What a smooth operator that guy is. Number 8. Packed subway car, heavy-set woman gets on. The car is quiet as seated male says to the woman, "Excuse me, would you like my seat?" Whispering and clearly trying to avoid any attention, the woman responds, "No, thank you, I'm fine," and puts her head back down. Guy stands up, drawing even more attention to the scene, and says, "Please sit down, you're pregnant."
Oh, no.
With the entire subway car looking, she responds, "I'm not pregnant." So bad. So bad.
Again, it's a gamble. Don't take it.
Yeah, she said no. Just leave it at that. You know, you offered the seat. That's all. You know what I mean?
Trying to do a good thing, you turn out to be the asshole. That's a bad day.
That's awkward. All right, number 9. Worked in retail, saw a woman change her 4-year-old son's diaper in the middle of a store and did not dispose of the diaper. Literally just left it on the counter.
Oh, gross.
Wow. I wanted to vomit. I don't know what was worse, the fact that he was 4 years old with a shitty diaper, or that his mother did not take him into a bathroom to wash him or properly clean him or herself, or that she left a used diaper full of shit on a counter.
He's 4 years old? There's so many things wrong here.
Everything.
My
That's wrong on every level. Number 10, I was in the computer lab at university I was attending one Saturday morning and noticed 2 girls sitting together and another guy sitting a few chairs down the row from them. Periodically, this guy would let out a huge belch, mouth wide open and everything, and would immediately whip his head around to see if the other girls noticed. I don't know if the guy was expecting compliments or for them to be flattered, but the girls just ignored him. He did this once every 5 minutes for about a half hour until I left.
Like, what is he trying to accomplish?
I don't know.
Trying to impress him with his burping skills?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know.
Shrug.
All right. Number 11 was walking home after a night out, saw a drunk guy fucking, or as in putting his dick into a car's exhaust pipe.
He's an autophile?
I'm sorry, there is no way that you should do that. Like, what if you get stuck?
Yeah, you can't explain that one away.
No, you can't. Like, well, you see I slipped, and, there's no way.
Like, would they have to turn the car on? Ooh. You get exhaust up your dick hole.
Ooh, that can't be good. Number 12, I was at an anime convention once, and this dude in a Team Rocket uniform cut the whole line at this vendor table while yelling, "Team Rocket demands your attention." It was extremely embarrassing.
Oh, I couldn't roll my eyes any harder.
Yeah, they're about to go right over.
Yeah.
Number 13. One time when I was in middle school, there was this super awkward couple. They would sit next to each other on a bench in gym class with a blanket over both of their laps in the middle of summer. I knew what the hell was happening.
Yeah, little fap fap.
Schlick schlick.
Schlick schlick.
Yeah. Number 14. A man was eating a burger in a bus, which is already mildly cringy. He drops it on the floor, proceeds to pick it up and continue eating like nothing had happened. All this while wiping his nose that was running.
He's Hasselhoffing it.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, burger. And finally, number 15, on Sunday, I went to the movies and a couple of kids in the row behind me were full on banging and giving each other oral. She took her jeans all... Wait. She took her jeans all the way off and had her legs over the seat of the row I was sitting on. They were quiet, and after the movie, her hair looked like a rat's nest in the back. At least they were quiet. Can you imagine if they were making a big production out of it?
Wow! They went for it.
They did not give a fuck.
Oh, IDGAF?
I can't help but wonder, what movie was it? Like, if you're going to do that, you want to go to a movie that's not going to be super popular, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you're not doing that at Spider-Man, you know what I mean? You're doing that at, like
Oogie Loves.
The latest Adam Sandler movie, you know? Out of 15, what say you?
Oh, 15. These were cringy, man.
I'm going to say 15. I cringed hard and often.
Cringe fest.
All right, 16 Scottish people Twitter tweets that are hilarious if you can understand them.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you've seen this, but people from Scotland, when they tweet in a Scottish accent.
Okay, that's weird.
It's also really super funny.
Oh, well,
like, you know how people will say, like, I'm going to check out Black Twitter today? Nah, you got to check out Scottish Twitter. That shit's hilarious.
Okay, let's hear what we got.
And I could do a pretty serviceable Scottish accent, so.
All right, you said it.
All right, number 1. Sleeping naked is all well and good until your more whips off the covers of you in the morning to wake you up, and you're sitting with your dauber out.
Yeah.
That is pretty awkward.
Yeah, that would be...
Like, oh, my dauber's out. Oot. Number 2. Me ma had a go at us for using too much toilet roll. Well, I'll just leave my arse caked in shite to save you an extra $1.50, you fucking weapon.
Your weapon.
I love the Scottish insults. Oh, that was a good one. I like it. Number 3. Aye, don't put the change in my horn. Sit the coins flat in the counter so I have to claw and fondle them back awkwardly in front of you for 6 days.
Yeah, you gotta hate that.
That is annoying.
Especially if you've just, like, cut your nails.
Oh, yeah, and I keep mine super short, so it's... Yeah, that's what you gotta do that movie, you slide them off the counter.
Slide them 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Number 4. Matched a lassie on Tinder and was Snapchatting her saying how my dad is fey. Where she's blah blah. Turns out my cousin's tidy.
My cousin's tidy?
Like,
clean?
No, that was his cousin.
Oh.
He's Snapchatting with this girl,
Whoops.
talking about his family, and then she says something, it turns out that's his cousin.
Yeah, ugh.
And he's saying my cousin's tidy as in he was jerking off to her.
Whoopsie.
Oh boy. Number 5. Baby coughing on a bus right as I needed to cough, so I nearly exploded and hoarded it in, because I didn't want to look like the guy who copies babies.
Baby copier.
I love it. You really have to read these in accent, because otherwise it's like, baby coughing on a bus right as needed takeoff, so nearly... I mean, they really type like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Number 6. Why has iOS 10 changed the gun emoji to a water gun? When I use the gun to mean I literally want to kill myself, so no scush my temple with some tap water.
Scush.
Number 7. Sitting on the bus and this junkie just asked if you want to fight his dog. And there's literally like a guy, like there's a picture of a guy with his dog and on the bus.
Oh, you want to fight my dog?
You want to fight my dog? Number 8. Ask the bird and Krispy Kremes for 5 Nutella donuts, and she says, have you got any nut allergies? Hi, pal. I'm planning suicide by donut. Love
What a way to go. He died as he lived.
Yeah, right? Surrounded by idiots. Number 9. Just seen a bird shouting at our barn to put his pants on and pointed at me saying, "Look, the man's gonna steal your willy." What the fuck? No, I'm not.
Steal your willy.
That is an awkward thing to say about somebody. A man's gonna steal your willy. No, I'm not. Like, don't
steal it.
Don't drag me into this. I'm the willy collector. Number 10. Just got 4 drinks at the drive-thru and that guy asked, "Do you want a cup holder?" Obviously I do, you fucking reprobate. I'm not a fucking octopus. You fucking reprobate. I love it.
Wow.
Number 11. Went to the doctor's way, hearing problems, and he goes, "Can you describe the symptoms?" And he says, "Aye, Homer's fat and Marge has blue hair." That's a good one. I love it. Number 12. Lassie's like, "Me and my pals should be looked up. Calm it, hen. Don't think texting a cunt you fancy with your MWI describes jail time, you fucking bunnet."
You fucking bonnet.
Number 13. I wish this will never end. I love Scottish Twitter. Number 13. Don't trust the dentist when they start talking in code about your teeth to the wee pal. You got something to say. Say it to my face, prick.
Damn.
That one's hardcore.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
Bug life.
Number 14. My sister shouting at my mom saying, "I can't hear you." My mom shouting up saying, "I can't hear you, yet I can hear 2 of the fat fucks." Oh my god.
Savage.
Number 15. I'd rather break my ankle squeezing my foot into my trainers than actually undo the laces like a normal cunt with patience.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah. Number 16. I've just been informed if you say space ghetto in an American accent, it sounds like Spice Girl in a Scottish accent, and I can't stop.
Yeah.
Spice. I guess so. Wow. that is fucked up. All right. And we have a bonus one. It's from Facebook.
Oh.
Does it? Okay. So there was a post from Uberfex. It rains diamonds on Jupiter and Saturn, which it does. And this person says, "Does it fuck who makes this shite up? Oh, I just backfight Jupiter there. Fucking chucking it down with diamonds, mate. 24-carat storm. Never even had a jacket on. Fuck off, Uber."
What the fuck?
Yeah, I barely
You've got a bone to pick with the diamonds.
I mean, wow, yeah. All right, out of 16, I'm going to say 16 all fucking day.
Oh, man, this made the corners of my mouth hurt a little bit.
I know, right? Same here. I got another one from College Humor. This one I found. It's 15 people admit the most embarrassing phases that they went through growing up.
Oh, boy. Did you have a phase?
Who had? Wow, several. I mean, come on. Number 1.
I just phased it in out of existence.
There you go.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I would ride my bike with a snorkeling mask because it was the closest thing I had to a motorcycle helmet, and I wanted to look cool.
Aww.
I think that had the opposite effect, but all right.
Yeah.
I'll see you there. Number 2, that old music is so much better than any current mainstream music phase. Ugh. I probably would have been one of those kids that comment on YouTube with, "I'm only 12 and I love this type of music."
Yeah, you see those on old music videos.
Yeah, it's always like, "I'm 13 and I like this." Like, shut up, no one cares.
Yeah, get out of here.
Get out of here, kid, you bother me. Number 3, in grade 6, I thought Hawaiian shirts were the shit. I would wear them with a puka shell necklace all the time.
Well, the Hawaiian shirts are fine, but come on, there's a limit.
I mean, they're fine if you're Gabriel Iglesias. If you're just some kid, it's not going to work out for you.
Yeah.
Number 4, going through an I am very smart phase in my teenage years. Watching George Carlin stand up and watching episodes of Penn and Teller bullshit made me think I was the smartest kid around, starting arguments with my friends who had less free time than I did about pointless nonsense so I can flex my pointless knowledge, and looking down on religious people and people that were too stupid. It's embarrassing looking back on it because I didn't know shit and I still really don't, and I was just behaving like a conceited asshole. Sounds like someone I knew.
Oh, really?
Sean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You told me that story.
Yeah,
I
Sean's
know
one of those types of people. Number 5, I was a rabid Sonic fan in 1998. Not exactly the height of its popularity. My fellow nerd friends even kicked me out of the Star Trek LARP group because I kept trying to put Sonic characters in the storyline. Think about that.
Wow.
I'd rather not. You're in a Star... First of all, I mean, I like Star Trek, but it is cringy as fuck to be in a Star Trek LARP group.
It's more cringy to get kicked out of it.
And it's even more cringy if the reason is because you kept trying to wedge Sonic characters into it.
Man, the Sonic fan base loves their shipping people, man.
Oh, God. Number 6. The I listen to Green Day, so I'll wear black clothes, black eyeliner, and dye my hair black phase. I wasn't a punk or a goth. I was just unpopular.
Oh, must be the post-warning Green Day.
Yeah, then they started to look really strange.
Yeah.
Number 7, well, they always looked weird, to be honest. Number 7, for about 2 years in college, every day I wore jeans and a t-shirt for the Warner Brothers store. The most amazing thing about this is that I somehow had a girlfriend throughout this period.
Hey, you did better than a lot of people.
Yeah. I thought when I was in high school, wearing the Looney Tunes shirt was like the biggest thing.
Really?
Everybody, especially when Space Jam came out, everybody was wearing like Bugs Bunny shirts.
That movie was the shit.
It probably hasn't aged well.
Oh, no.
I bet you if I loved it, but I bet you if I watched it now, I'd be like, what the fuck is this shit?
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, that phase in the 90s where I expressed my love of home improvement by saying, I don't think so, Tim, all the time was a little embarrassing. But do I really regret it? I don't think so, Tim.
Aha! Yeah, brought it back.
Well,
that was an appropriate use.
He owned it.
Yeah.
Number 9, I'm not like other girls. Girls are so much drama phase. I feel like a lot of girls are taught that other girls are their competition and to feel instantly threatened around other women. But as I've grown up, I've realized it's so much better when you see other women as potential friends rather than as someone you have to compete against. It's a lot more fun to compliment other girls and watch them light up instead of insulting them in your head because you're insecure. And let me tell you, as a guy, we find that cringy as fuck. I'm not like other girls. Well, I like girls.
Yeah,
so
I
if you're not
like other girls,
then what are you like? Guys? I'm not into guys.
Yeah, I like other girls as well as potentially you.
Exactly. Number 10, pretty much my entire party girl / slutty phase that lasted entirely too long, pretending I didn't care what others thought of me when in actuality it was the opposite. I was clearly seeking approval and attention from boys, and I was probably the only one who didn't see right through myself. Ew.
I knew somebody like this. Just, I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm my own person. I do what I want.
Fuck you. I do what I want. Whatever.
Whatever.
Must have some major daddy issues, that's all I can say. Number 11, a new agey magic phase. I read palms and tarot for money and also did love spells for money. I was making up 90% of it, but it was also quite successful, so I felt both ashamed and egged on by it making me popular.
Just making it up as you go along.
How sad of a group do you exist in that doing that made you popular?
Well, hey, everybody's got something they like. Whatever.
I mean, wow, right? All right, number 12. My nice guy phase. I was a fucking whiny loser. I learned a lot. Stopped being such a piece of shit.
Okay, that's it?
Well, I mean, do you really need any more than that? You know what the nice guy phenomenon is like.
Because I live it every day.
Oh, no, you don't. Shut up. Number 13. The I'm a thug phase with my best friend in high school. The shit about that is if you think you're a thug, you'll actually become a thug. And by becoming a thug, I mean your best friend will get shot, your girlfriend will break up with you, and you'll get a felony on your record. Stay in school. Just, Jesus fucking Christ, stay in school.
Yeah. Stay out of Compton.
City of Compton.
Compton.
Number 14. I played bass in a ska band, grew mutton chop sideburns, and wore a fedora. Not my proudest moment.
Oh my God. Wear shorts and a t-shirt all the time? Jeez. I know those people.
Yeah, they're called the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Yep.
And finally, number 15. I used to shop exclusively at Aeropostale. The clothes are cheap as shit and decent quality, but seeing Aero 87/Aeropostale plastered across my chest on basically every photo from 5 years ago makes me cringe.
What is that? Just like a typical clothing store?
It's like Old Navy or whatever, you know?
Well, whatever.
It's not that one's less of a big deal, but it's kind of like You know, don't you feel like an asshole that you buy a shirt at a store and it's got the logo of the store on it, like you're advertising the store for them?
Oh, like people who wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Okay.
Exactly like that. Anyway, out of 15, I'm gonna say 12 on that one.
I'm gonna go 13. Lucky 13.
Oh, so lucky. Lucky. I got a school-based list here. I think this is going to be interesting because we whenever we do school stories, it's always a fucking hoot.
We've been to school.
What's that?
We've been to school.
Yeah, well, some of you remembered some of the teacher lists and student lists and stuff like that being some of our most classic content. This is from Tickled. Students share 30 big scandals that happened at their school.
Oh.
All right. So number 1, the vice principal got caught changing his son's grades so he would be eligible for more academic scholarships. Needless to say, he got caught and he doesn't work there anymore.
Rightfully so, illegal.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Number 2, I had a French teacher who had a hearing aid service dog. Then later the school found out she had no disabilities and the dog wasn't a registered service dog. She got fired for lying. Basically just wanted her dog there.
That's it? Makes up this huge story just so she has a dog?
I wonder how they found out. She must have fucked up somehow.
What? I heard that. Wait, no, I didn't.
Number 3, the principal stole money from the school that was supposed to be for the Russian club. There was no Russian club. He ran off with one of the secretaries to Disneyland.
Holy shit. Wow. These are scandalous.
Wow. Yeah, these are good so far. Number 4, in middle school we had to take sex ed in 7th grade. Our teacher was new to the school, a young mid-20s, I would guess, pretty blonde. All the boys had crushes on her. Somehow someone discovered that she had been a model for some adult stuff before she started teaching and found the pictures. They got copies and hung them all over school. She quit.
Oh, that's so sad.
You know, my friend Andrew was involved in something similar to this, except instead it wasn't a teacher, it was a student. There was this kind of slutty girl that he went to vocational school with, and he just wasn't even looking for it, just happened to find a porno spread that she did.
Uh-oh.
He actually printed out one of the pictures. Now, he didn't print out like one of the like naked ones. He printed out one where she still had her clothes on, but it was kind of suggestive. Wrote thanks for the memories on it and left it on her desk.
That's tasteful trolling.
Yeah, it is. And apparently the teacher saw it and was like, oh, that's a nice picture.
Oh, that's a very lovely spread. What magazine? Is that Cover Girl? Well...
Yeah. Maybe for bangbus.com, you know?
Bang Bus. Okay, mid-2000s.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, I used to jerk off to that shit, man. Number 5, teacher had planned on paying his mortgage after school and meant to keep his money in the car, but accidentally left it in his coat. Someone shoved their grimy hands into his coat and stole his mortgage money and also took the class's field trip money at the same time. The police were called in to investigate, but the student responsible was never caught.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
That's nuts, dude.
That guy is screwed then.
Yeah, I hope he was able to, defer the payment or something.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Number 6, right before graduation, one of the seniors made special muffins and delivered them to another high school down the road. They left them in the teacher's lounge as a prank. 19 staff members ended up eating them and had to go to the hospital.
Uh-oh.
You have to go to the hospital. It's just fucking weed.
Well, what if it was something special but laced with a little something more?
No, I think what it is I'm not a huge marijuana fan, but I've done it in the smoking form, you know?
Right.
But from what I've heard of edible form, it's like it doesn't hit you right away, but then when it does hit you, it's like all at once. So maybe they just didn't know it was happening, and they all started freaking out like in Euro Trip.
Oh, like a Euro Trip.
We have a simple Dutch bakery. Put your shirt on, white boy.
Yeah, they're just a Dutch bakery.
These are not Ash brownies. Number 7, someone created a Facebook hate page for our school where the admin posted offensive posts about the principal and teachers, and he got caught after a few months of running it. The posts were actually very funny, and the page was quite the talk of our school. Turned out it was the student leader of our school who created the page. Drama ensued. The police was involved, too. He was then made to apologize in front of the whole school at an assembly, but he had no remorse. He was smiling the entire time and trying not to laugh.
You know, this exact thing happened at the blind school. Somebody made a page.
Yes.
Yeah, they made a page, and it was just nothing but drama stuff about people getting together, getting caught doing shit.
Yeah. It's
And
like,
it was so good.
we know all your secrets.
Yes.
It
But then, sure enough, people talked about it too much. Principal found out, and somehow they found out who made it, and they had to tear it down.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Yep.
Number 8, the vice principal lined up girls before a school dance and checked what type of underwear they were wearing.
What the fuck?
They were wearing thongs, they were sent home. It was a huge deal, and it was covered by the local news. I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, you think you're trying to do a good thing.
Hold on a
but
second.
you're not.
Who fucking cares what kind of underwear they have on?
Yeah, as long as it's covered.
Even if they have no underwear, you can't see it.
Yeah.
They're probably in evening gowns or whatever. The guy just wanted to do something pervy is what it sounds like.
Yeah, like, it doesn't matter, just as long as their normal clothes cover up all the important shit.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Number 9. Hold on. Antivirus is doing scale. Let me just minimize that. Okay, number 9. Basically, the senior prank was going to be that they start a water balloon fight in the middle of the main building. Principal denied it. Seniors decided to do it anyway. There I am walking to class when all of a sudden people start shouting and I see water balloons flying everywhere. Then it escalated. People were throwing water bottles and then just whatever they can get their hands on. And this quickly spread through the rest of the school. Some kids even stole the security guard's golf cart and crashed it. Police were called in and stayed there the rest of the year, about 2 weeks.
Wow.
See, that's why the principal denied it, because he said that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it sure is.
Oh boy. All right, number 10. A kid in my religion class, sophomore year, bought a huge water bottle filled with vodka one day at class. He proceeded to drink the entire thing. The kicker was that he had also taken 2 Vicodin before he drank the thing. Ended up foaming at the mouth and had to be taken by the ambulance in a wheelchair. He lived, but was expelled afterwards. We weren't allowed to bring water bottles for a while after that.
Damn, man.
I mean, wow. That guy was lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
Vicodin and then a huge water bottle full of vodka?
That's a recipe for disaster.
That's a recipe for death.
Yeah.
Number 11, our 8th grade earth science class did a day trip to the skate park. We were sent out on different trails to hike in groups and fill these packets. The hell is he talking about?
Oh.
Well, state park. I misread it as skate park. I'm like, why would you hike at a skate park? I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
One group ends up sitting at a picnic table instead, and one girl is teaching the other girls how to orally pleasure a guy and demonstrating on her boyfriend, right as a chaperone walks by to check on them. So this guy, like, can you imagine being this guy, though?
Right?
Not only is she going to blow you, but she's going to demonstrate the technique to her friends.
And they're like, well, I saw you do it on him, so I should try it on him, right?
This boy is the greatest hero ever lived. I mean, holy crap. Wow.
Imagine if it was all her idea. Maybe it was.
It probably was. You think if it was his idea, she'd be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, damn, dude.
All right, number 12. One of my best friends was pretty much a walking scandal, openly gay dude in a small town in southern Appalachia. Every day there was some new whisper about him, something he did that just inspired people to carry on like he was some kind of a witch. Apparently he was breaking into gay bars, sleeping with male teachers, partying like the sinful sodomite he is, and was dying of 3 different venereal diseases. Also was running off to join Broadway a couple of times. Which is funny because when his dad kicked him out, my mom took him in, so the most I ever saw him do was struggle to make pizza and think way too hard about Aqua Teen Hunger Force. So like every other kid in the world.
Right?
You know? He wasn't some deviant, he was just some kid.
Just some kid having fun.
Number 13, the girl who hid her pregnancy from friends, family, everyone. Then she delivered the baby by herself in a shed behind our house one night. She came to school the next day and left the baby in the trunk of her car. This girl's a monster.
Wow.
A candy apple red, fully restored 60s Mustang, by the way. Someone heard it crying and found it there. Thankfully, it was fine. When confronted, her excuse was that I didn't want to miss school and I didn't have a babysitter. Her family still didn't know that she'd had a baby when they were called by the police.
Oh,
I mean, did they just figure that she gained a load of weight in 9 months? I mean, come on now.
there's got to be some dead giveaway.
When I hear of people like hiding pregnancies, it blows my mind.
Well, I guess not everybody fully bulges out, but I mean, there's got to be...
There's got to be room for a baby in there.
I don't know, man.
What is he, in a quantum reality?
That's where the baby was stuck.
Number 14. This girl claimed that the science teacher molested her after he wouldn't give her a better grade. The guy was actually a really great and respectful teacher. He was a bit weird, but hey, what do you expect from a science teacher? Word got around, and then administration heard about it, and the girl fessed up and told everyone that it was a lie. The teacher was basically forced to leave town after this because apparently people don't like alleged sex offenders around their children. So basically, this high school girl completely ruined this guy's life over a C in science. It's sickening that even though we're technically innocent until proven guilty, it doesn't really work out that way.
No, for teachers, it's unfortunately, that's just how it is.
Anybody, dude, anybody accused of that sort of thing is going to have a rough time, even if they're completely innocent.
Yeah, because like the reputation is already tainted, no matter how sure you are.
Number 15, kid defecated in a bin for a 10-pound bet. Teacher found it while taking class into the classroom containing said bin, causing her to run out of the room to the toilet where she vomited. CCTV was used to find the culprit who was expelled. Worst part is he didn't even get the 10 pounds.
Ah, damn. That's what I was most concerned about.
I bet you were. Number 16, I had a blog back in the early 2000s when I was in the 8th grade. I shared it with a couple of my classmates. Didn't have anything terrible, mostly rants and a couple of pictures of me and my friends doing dumb stuff, typical junior high stuff. Well, my school got wind of it and decided to give my parents a call. The principal sat me down with my parents and printed the entire website. They showed me all the posts and pointed out all the curse words I had used. I went to Catholic school. They then said that I could be facing lawsuits for posting my friends' pictures online without their permission. It was this whole big deal, and my class thought I was going to be expelled. They even notified the high school I had applied to and told me I was facing rejection. 1 week later, nothing came of it. The whole thing blew over, and I didn't hear another word about it. My parents and I still laugh about it to this day.
Jeez, that escalated quickly.
And then de-escalated quickly. All right, number 17. My theater department went through 8 theater teachers in 3 years. The first one, who had been there for 10 years or so, was fired for sexual harassment, and it was like a snowball effect going through one teacher after another for other reasons. Needless to say, rumors were flying everywhere.
Well, like all these teachers left because of sexual harassment?
No, they said for other reasons, but maybe it's like Voldemort cursing the job, so everybody doesn't last more than a year, you know. Number 18, a couple got caught hooking up in the biology lab. He was using test tubes to pleasure her.
Fuck.
That can't end well.
No.
And after a few rounds, the test tube broke while inside her. They freaked out, and that's when the lab teacher walked in. They took her to the hospital, and both of them were expelled later that week.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Why use the test tube?
You got the perfectly good, right there.
Use the meat tube.
Right?
That's your schlong, in case you're wondering.
Yes.
Like, holy crap, that's dumb. Number 19, one of the kids who was a well-known memer and had multiple meme accounts on Twitter created a Twitter account and posted some things about Columbine and said he was going to shoot up the school.
Wow.
Apparently he meant that as a joke and was creating a meme. He got expelled, and half the school, my half, thinks that what he did was horrible, while the other half worships him now as the dankest memer.
Savage, man. He's so savage.
That's beyond dank. That's just fucked up.
Yeah, it's just straight up fucked.
All right, number 20, I walked in on the principal and teacher in a very compromising position. They were both married. Side note, I'm homeschooled. So he caught his parents fucking.
Hi-yo.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Number 21, Jock went out with the smartest girl in school. Smart girl is very nice, though, not gorgeous. She was popular and loved. Jock was kind of picked on until he started dating her and got a lot of positive attention after they were a couple. One day, someone who was looking up a 16-plus dance club and found pics of the Jock and a promiscuous girl at our school grinding and kissing. They weren't centered in the pic, more of a Where's Waldo thing, but it was clear that it was them. They denied it at first, then said those pics were from a long time ago. People called the club, and it said all the pics were from that month. Their stories kind of fell apart after that. Smart girl was crying the day the pics broke out. Jock was isolated from all social groups. Promiscuous girl walked in at lunch, and some people chanted slut. It was intense. I felt bad for Smart Girl, obviously, because she was so nice and didn't deserve any of it, but in hindsight, I feel like the other two got too harsh of a treatment. I mean, yeah, they're just kids.
Yeah, I mean, kids will be kids. Hopefully it didn't taint their lives.
Well, I would think not.
Yeah.
Probably just tainted their year,
Yeah. Just remember that year?
Oh. Number 22. The day there was supposed to be a school shooting. Apparently someone wrote something on a locker or something, and the news spread, and everyone discussed whether or not they were going to school. It ended up being a pretty hilarious day at school, but if you had a sense of humor about it, kids were wearing hoodies and shades in the hallways trying to look shady like it was them. One teacher wore a shirt with a target on it, but they quickly shut that joke down and made him change.
Jeez.
Am I that much of an old guy that I think that that's not something to joke about?
Yeah, like, what up with all this school shooting stuff?
That ain't funny. That giant orb weaver spider is hanging out right outside my window.
Jeez, kill it now before it breeds.
It's outside.
It doesn't matter.
He doesn't bother me. He catches, but no, it's this giant orb weaver, and he has a huge web on the outside of my window of my office, and every night he descends to look in the window at around twilight when it's just starting to get dark out, and I see him there. Number 23, I had a student start spreading rumors that I was cheating on my wife with her. I'm gay. I'm married to a man. My boss and I had a good laugh with that silly rumor.
That fell apart quickly, too.
Yeah, it didn't. That was a non-scandal, right?
That's a good way of putting it, a non-scandal.
Hello, gay. Number 24, a pretty unattractive girl who was largely ignored by 99% of the kids in my grade started dating a fairly unattractive guy who was new to the school. One fateful day, the guy and the girl were caught by a school maintenance dude in the handicapped stall of the boys' bathroom in the senior wing. Other kids had walked in, seen them writhing around under the stall's walls, and alerted the maintenance dude. Soon it circulated that the guy had been kicked out of several previous schools for the same exact thing. He and the girl disappeared from school for a while. Eventually the girl came back. She was from a culture where doing this sort of thing can rain down a serious punishment on you, so there was a rumor that her parents had tried to send her to live with relatives in their home country. At first the girl claimed that nothing had happened and it was just rumors. Then she claimed they were only making out with some of their clothing off. Then she claimed it wasn't full penetration. The next year she was gone again.
Yikes. That's quite the little adventure.
Yep. All right, number 25. Everyone was pantsing each other so much that the administration called the police in to teach everyone about sexual harassment.
I don't think that's the ideal behind pantsing.
No, but if you think about it, though, it's not a good thing to teach kids to do that. Like, it is kind of funny, but then it's like, you don't want your pants to be ripped down. It is kind of a violation. I understand why they would want to put a stop to that. Number 26, we were watching a movie in chemistry class, and the lights were turned off. All of a sudden, while watching, one of the girls screamed, and our teacher turned on the lights. We all turned around and saw one of the girls in our class giving a guy oral pleasure during the movie. Our teacher almost got fired because he didn't notice it happening immediately.
Would you like us to give you oral pleasure?
I mean, he almost got fired for not noticing. Like, maybe he wasn't scoping the room for blowjobs.
That's not on the job description.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, did he really think, I gotta make sure they're not blowing each other?
Again? Really with this?
What have I told you to? Number 27, we had a teacher at my high school who got caught with an underage student. His wife started divorce proceedings, and he was put on administrative leave pending an investigation. He went to a nice quiet park bench in front of a lake, pulled out a revolver, and blew his brains out.
Oh.
It happened right at the end of the school year, so the yearbook had already been printed. He was a history teacher in the International Baccalaureate Program, or IB program. So right there, under his smiling picture in the faculty section of the yearbook, was the caption, IB History.
Oh no.
Everyone made the morbid joke that those were his last words before putting the gun in his mouth.
Oh.
And that's why you don't diddle children.
No, right?
That's the lesson that should be learned from this, really. Yeah. Number 28, the bus I'd normally catch to school stopped shy of the normal entrance, and our principal escorted the students out of the formal hall to wait. As we waited, we saw police, the ambulance, and fire trucks arrive. It turned out earlier that morning, our groundskeepers found a bomb placed in the seniors area, and the emergency services were waiting for the bomb squad. When they arrived, they walked to the bomb, which is a wooden box with wires coming out of the sides, and opened it. Inside, someone had written, "Ha ha, got you." Turns out the Year 9 psychology class had left their social experiment out from the day before.
Way to waste everybody's time.
Yeah, that's not going to end well for them.
No.
Number 29, principal started a fight with a student. The student got expelled and ended up pressing charges. The student won and the principal was fired.
Ha-ha! Take that.
Can you imagine as a principal being so angry that you just have to whoop somebody's ass?
Like, I just got to beat a kid's ass.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
Jeez.
Finally, number 30, there was this girl that was part of the Civil War Club and the model train club. Why is there a Civil War Club? What?
A model train club.
And then a model train club. They got everything at this school. And they were both run by the history teacher, Mr. B. One time, Mr. B took the Civil War Club to a reenactment where they camped out overnight, and a few kids said they saw the girl sneak into his tent.
Oh, no.
Cut to the next year, and it was just a rumor by then. Girl graduates and then tells everyone that she's engaged to Mr. B and is 4 months pregnant with his kid. Good times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow. Well, she really kept that quiet for a while, huh?
Yeah, way to keep it on the DL.
I mean, damn. Well, at least if this is graduating high school, at least she was probably like 17 and not like a freshman, or you know what I mean?
We're hoping 18?
It's still, well, she wouldn't have been 18, but it's still horrible, but it's not like morally reprehensible, you know?
Yeah, it just feels wrong.
It's only cringy. It's not disgusting, you know? There's a bit of a gradient there.
That's a fine line.
No, it's a gradient. It's a gradient. You slide it to where how disgusted you are by it. Like on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm about a 4 in how disgusted by that I am.
Get an electric slide in.
Yeah, oh yeah. If she was 13, it'd be like a 10.
Oh!
Anyway, out of 30, I'm going to say 28 because I really enjoyed that. That was very interesting.
I'm feeling the 28 as well.
You're feeling 28?
I wish I was feeling 28.
Okay, now this is interesting. I've been saving this one for a while. It's also from Tickled, and in that last one, there's another school list. There was a couple where they wound up with people getting expelled, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is expelled students reveal why they actually got expelled. So it's sourced from Reddit. It's were you expelled, or do you know somebody that was expelled, and why? And these are the answers they got.
From the horse's mouth. Okay.
Exactly. Number 1, I installed Bitcoin miners on all the computers in a video editing lab.
Wow, making that money.
Yeah,
that Bitcoin money.
That seems like it shouldn't be grounds for expulsion, so that makes me think they must have done some other shit as well, you know?
And that was just, well, let's nail them for this.
That's the last thing. That was the last strike, probably, you know?
Yeah.
But 2, personally knew a bright individual that was kicked out of a prestigious university for skipping too many classes. He showed up for the important classes, got A's on all the tests, but due to the fact that he had missed too many classes, he failed all of them. Must not have read that page of the handbook. He now works at a local grocery store, and I see him when I come home on breaks. College was Princeton. He was on a full ride.
Oh, my God. Why? Oh, wasted potential.
And he was clearly smart enough that he didn't even go to the classes, but he was able to get A's on all the tests, so...
Just because he didn't show up.
Clearly, it's not a matter of intelligence, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, I shot a firework out of my butt in a campus-owned house. Personally, I think whatever you experienced was probably enough punishment.
Yeah, I'd be applauding that, just that you survived.
Number 4, I went to a private Christian university, and I have a friend who got expelled for supposedly exorcising a demon out of someone in the middle of a wide-open courtyard.
But that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, maybe because they weren't properly trained, and they thought, like, Satan might get loose or something.
Yeah, you did it wrong.
You did it wrong. Now the devil is loose.
Klasu Barata.
I might not have said every single syllable, but I basically said it.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. I had a friend who skipped all classes and failed everything because all he wanted to do was play League of Legends. He got a warning that if he didn't get his grades up, he would be suspended for a year. He got suspended. When he went back to school a year later, the same thing happened again. Now he can't go back to that college again.
And the postscript on the underneath expulsion, it said LOL.
Yeah. For League of Legends, yeah.
Yup.
Hey, I have to go to another page. All right. Number 6, for being off campus with a member of the opposite sex without proper supervision. No, seriously.
What?
That must have been a religious school.
Very religious with monitors and shit.
Number 7, I knew a guy who got expelled from an Ivy League college for getting caught with a lot of drugs. He works at California Pizza Kitchen now.
How many drugs? A lot.
A lot.
Oh, okay.
All the drugs. Now, that's a bad slide to go from Ivy League to California Pizza Kitchen.
Yeah, oof. I mean, I don't know how good the Pizza Kitchen is.
It's not.
Oh, shit.
Number 8, oh man, some dude was creeping around trying to get into women's rooms in the dorms. Every guy, including myself, that matched the description was pulled aside and questioned. They decided it was me. My roommate vouched for me, and I offered to keep a webcam or something to that effect in my dorm on loop to prove my whereabouts, like I'm going to be up at 5 a.m. doing stuff. They weren't interested in proving my innocence, that much was clear. After continued bull, including then waking me up early as heck, accusing me of skulking around minutes earlier as if I was faking my morning stupor and my roommate was lying to cover me being a creeper, finally they smelled the devil's plant in my room. They asked permission to search. I refused. They asked repeatedly, and I refused repeatedly. Finally, they decided they could just lie in their report and say I gave them permission anyway. I was separated from anyone outside of law enforcement, so who would believe me, right? And away they went. They found some drugs that I had for a few months in a lock-picking kit buried in a drawer that my friend had given me for my birthday sometime earlier. Jackpot. Clearly I was sneaking around and picking locks on doors in a massively populated dorm with people in the frickin' rooms to rape and murder women with an earshot of 100 other people. Frickin' brilliant. Got some felony charges for possession of drugs and the lockpick. Seriously, a felony, California? And I spent the night in jail. Wasn't allowed to go back, but screw that. I went straight there anyway and slept for the rest of the day because I was tired as hell, and then I was expelled. And now for the kicker. I reapplied as a former student. They had some special provisions for that. And because my grades were fine, they let me back in. Graduated that place with my BS in physics, minoring in math. Best revenge I could possibly hope for.
Talk about BS, am I right? Gee.
Yeah, right? They say living well is the best revenge, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on one second. Sorry, just answering somebody on Steam. Okay. Oh, I gotta go to the next page.
Well, you know, they also say failure is the best revenge because, well, everybody else is trying their ass off. You just never try.
Yeah, but what if you're trying and failing? That's even worse.
Oh, you just don't try at all.
There you go. Number 9, I had a particularly rough semester and got a D in a class that I previously dropped after about a week the prior semester because my schedule was too busy then. Department rules say you can't attempt a class for credit more than twice, including drops, so I got kicked out of my major. I was 14 hours away from graduation at the time. The academic advisor said I could either change my major, so basically start college all over, or leave for a year and then come back on probation. So I guess I'm not expelled per se, but I'm taking an involuntary gap year.
Damn, that sucks.
That does suck.
That's just bull. Oh.
Number 10, my roommate got expelled for basically never going to class, not even when there was an important exam. He spent all night smoking with me and playing video games, not with me, and then slept all day until about 5 p.m. Like I would wake up, go to my 8:30 lecture, get lunch, go to lab 2 to 5, then come home back to my room, and my roommate was still sleeping. I found out the following summer that he had gotten a letter from the university asking for him not to come back. Last I heard of him, he had enrolled in a commuter school where he made the dean's list. Well, at least that guy turned it around.
Wow, no kidding. Gee.
He's like, maybe I shouldn't sleep so goddamn much, right?
Maybe he was just going through a bad time.
Or maybe he was just smoking entirely too much weed.
Yeah.
Number 11. Heard the story of a dude who got kicked out for leaving on break to train with Al-Qaeda.
What?
That's a pretty good reason to get expelled.
Yeah. Sorry, we don't want you back.
At that point, just expel them from the country. At that point.
Yeah.
Number 12. This is a long one. My father never paid the tuition that he said he did. I got kicked out of my dorm and barred from registering for the second semester's classes due to outstanding debts. Couldn't afford to settle the debt on my own dime in order to not get kicked out. It was pretty embarrassing to explain to my sorority why I had to drop out a week before the end of the pledging cycle, to explain to the pep band why I couldn't travel with them anymore, explain to my roommate why there was a notice of eviction taped to our dorm room door. She ended up having to lie for me to the campus police when they came to make sure all my stuff was moved out. She said some of it was hers since I had nowhere else for it to go. I moved into my boyfriend's dorm for the remainder of that semester, thinking it would all get figured out over the summer and I'd be back next year. Never made it back. Turned out my dad was mentally ill and on a downward spiral. He had quit his job, become a hermit, and stopped basically doing anything. I finally paid the last of that first semester off 5 years later. I still don't have a degree 15 years later. I'm doing okay, though, so it all worked out. For me, not my dad. That was the beginning of a slow decline. He passed away 2 years ago. On the plus side, not having crippling student loan debt is pretty nice.
Oh, I don't know how to feel about this one.
That's wacky, man. I mean, she's doing fine, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, you didn't pay?
Yeah.
Like, my dad pays. Well, he didn't.
No, and guess what? There's more.
Yeah. Number 13. Currently, I'm aware of a group of international students getting expelled from my school. They've been whispering to each other during exams in another language, and as luck would have it, my professor happens to speak that language and has been slowly building a case against them without their knowing it. The kid somehow got... Why would you build a case? Did you say that you're talking during a test? Don't do that.
Yeah.
You know? You're not allowed to talk in any language during a test. Come on now. The kid somehow also got the solutions to every homework and exam last semester, which is very similar to what we've been assigned this semester. However, the kids are so lazy they blindly copy whole solutions, not realizing the numbers are different. Sometimes units are metric, and sometimes they answer in English, and one problem asks for something completely different than they solved for using the exact procedure to solve for last semester's homework. They're absolutely screwed, and I'm kind of excited to see it. One of them had a 3.75 GPA, was on the verge of being auto-admitted to our MSBS program. He's also been cheating his whole college career. We're 2 semesters away from graduation. Plot twist, the advisor to that program is the instructor that is currently building the case against them. So basically, that guy is mega screwed.
Oh.
Professor is a savage. He's been grading all their homework and exams like everything was fine, and one day unleashed a dossier of justice to comb.
Oh.
Well,
what a genius schemer.
Number 14, I was making a search engine for our school teacher evaluation page. It absolutely blew up in popularity, and a large portion of the school was using it, about 5,000 views per day. Essentially, it was like Rate My Professors, except it used the evaluations that they force students to do at the end of the class as data. I also added features that made it more desirable to students. It became so popular that it was showing up on the front page of Google for certain teacher names. Some of those teachers had low ratings and got pissed off and complained. I had unintentionally violated IP laws because the evaluations were under password protections and my site was not. The only reason I didn't get expelled was because the dean of my department had my back. He did research and concluded the information should not have been made private in the first place, then sent a public information request to make it so my project did not break the law. I definitely had people asking for my expulsion for a scary amount of time.
So he didn't get expelled.
It's like the social network.
Yeah.
Number 15, I was expelled back in my 4th year of college. I've dealt with social anxiety since childhood, and it came to a head in my 3rd year when I was having panic attacks frequently. I got help, but by then it was too late for my grades because I'd been barely passing classes by the skin of my teeth. I was a 4th year comp sci major who didn't know how to program at all. I tried to get back on the horse after going through therapy for my anxiety, but I felt so defeated that my grades slipped further into the hole I had dug for myself. I think the quarter I got kicked out I had 2 Fs, 2 Ds, and a C. The dean sent me a letter saying I was done with engineering. I took time to get my act together, got a part-time job, lived in a crappy apartment with 7 people living in a space meant for 4 people at the absolute max. I worked minimum wage and realized I needed to finish school. I saw my undergrad counselor numerous times who very graciously helped me. I needed to write out a contract addressed to the dean with my detailed plan on how I was going to prove that I was worthy of being readmitted and the classes I would take to qualify for graduation. It took a while, but I eventually managed to get readmitted by working my butt off, taking summer school courses which counted toward my major and getting a 3.0 average, then followed up by getting good grades once they let me back in. It was tough because I needed therapy for so many years, but I didn't want to accept it until my breakdown in my 3rd year. I wish I'd gotten help sooner, but I truly thought I could handle it all on my own, and I felt ashamed that I wasn't able to. But I'll say this, I don't regret for a second that I ended up getting help. I was a little embarrassed about it at first, but I soon got over all that. I still have some days where anxiety is in the back of my mind, but I'm a lot better now, and I graduated. If you're struggling in school, just know that even if you get kicked out, that doesn't mean it's the end for you if you honestly want to finish. Unless you shot a firecracker out of your ass, then it's really over.
Well, another case where somebody turned it around. All right.
Number 16. I actually just realized I have no idea how many of these there are.
Uh-oh.
I called the professor, who was several years younger than me, a craphead while in class for cracking a joke about why I was coming back to college after so long. I was in the military serving in Afghanistan. But I won the appeal, craphead.
Ha.
There you go.
Take that. Short but sweet.
Yeah. Number 17, I unintentionally got another student expelled. We were critiquing websites we had built when I noticed one that looked exactly like mine with a few tweaks. I popped open the source and noticed it was a line-for-line copy of my code with a few changes to the CSS. I brought it up to the professor to protect myself in case he noticed them, though I doubt he would have suspected mine was more cohesive. The changes he did didn't make the site appealing. Anyway, apparently it was his third time plagiarizing. After twice, you go on trial with the school. If you don't get expelled, then a third time is the nail in the coffin.
Oh.
Wah, 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 wah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow, this is short and sweet. Number 18, I got expelled in 2004 for inciting a riot.
Whoa.
That's all there is to, that's the whole thing. Boy, do I want to know the rest of that, but...
Yes, please, do tell.
But no, there's no rest of it. Number 19 was expelled my second semester at a northern U.S. school. Think Michigan, Montana, North Dakota. I was my second semester being an older transfer student from the mid-Atlantic. I ended up slipping on ice and fracturing my femur, my humerus, and 2 fingers on ice outside of my apartment. That's one hell of a fall right there.
Mm.
They broke their leg, they broke their arm, and they broke 2 fingers. That sucks.
Oh, that's rough.
I spent 3 weeks in the hospital during that time recovering and doing PT. Finally got home. My apartment was 30 minutes away from campus. Since I couldn't drive, nor did they have cabs, I couldn't afford or public transit. Ended up failing everything and having to move back home. Only a year later, I found out an office can help you with getting tuition back and expunging your record of classes due to medical issues. Had to wait a year to get back in. This year, I'm finding myself in the same situation with an aplastic anemia, but I only got diagnosed 1 week before my insurance expired. I'm 16 credits from graduation, and I'm stuck with the bureaucratic process of trying to take classes in the summer. It'll probably take me till mid-July, which means I'll have to come back in the fall to finish up, but I'm about ready to give up.
Oh,
Well,
man.
life has crapped on this person.
What a shitty situation.
Wow. Number 20, this is another short but sweet one. I was expelled from my first university for having sex in the library. Well, for getting caught having sex in the library. I learned about a year later the girl I had sex with did not get expelled.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Well, apparently to dick is more of a serious crime than to get dicked, apparently.
To dick or not to dick?
Jinx! Jinx,
Yeah.
motherfucker. You owe me a Coke.
All right.
No, I don't drink soda. Number 21, not me, but a friend. Let's call him Ben, who was expelled his sophomore year. Ben came from a very religious family and went to a religious college. That college had strict rules about dressing modestly and fraternization of opposite sexes. If I recall, there were different levels allowed that depended on age and role at the school. Ben was caught off campus seeing a movie with a girl. Apparently, they should have had a chaperone. I think it was also not the first time he had broken the rules. Ben was promptly expelled. His parents were so upset, they sent him on a year-long mission overseas. Now, I just want to say, we had stories about, like, people sucking cock in the middle of a classroom. But this guy gets expelled for being at the movies with a girl.
And nothing more.
Yeah. Maybe they accidentally held hands or something.
Don't you dare bring that even talk.
Yeah, I know, right? Number 22, at UCSC, a bunch of Porter students were expelled for stealing and cooking a $5,000 koi. Well, now, first off, how could a koi be worth $5,000?
Was it laced with gold and platinum and?
We're talking about a fish, a tiny little fish.
I know, right?
I don't get it. Like, wow. And I didn't think you could eat koi, but I guess you can. All right, then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just wondering how a koi could be worth that much money. Number 23, my ex-girlfriend accused me of rape for revenge. Basically, had no shot at these hearings they have at the school. There was no evidence or whatever, but her dad was a cop at the school, and I had no shot. Ruined my life. No criminal charges or investigation or anything of that nature. Just sat one day in front of some professors and administrators, and next thing I knew, I was a gone man.
Oh no! I want a happy follow-up.
There is no happy follow. You know what's fucked up is, don't you think that if they really thought he raped the girl, that they would call the police and there would be an actual investigation?
Oh, we don't want to get the police involved.
They had to have known that it was bullshit.
Yeah.
But 24, I put a sock on the fire alarm and got kicked out of halls and expelled. I wasn't even smoking. I was playing with indoor sparklers. I'm starting a new degree this year.
Okay.
Oops.
Well, don't fuck with the fire shit.
Well, I think the assumption is if you do that, you're like smoking or something. And
Yeah.
Number 25, I rejected a girl. She put a knife from home ec into my bag and reported I have a knife to the office. My bag got searched and no one believed my story since I was an edgy teen. I was asked to leave. Grade 11. Never finished high school.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn.
Wait, couldn't they, like, check the knife for prints or something?
I'm gonna fucking do that. It's not a fucking murder investigation. Do you know how
Yeah,
much that shit costs?
Yeah, but this dude's life is now, who knows what it's like.
I mean, I guess he could have went to a different school. I don't know. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Number 26, my girlfriend's university expelled a bunch of students who talked to their friends about their depression and thoughts of self-harm. Seriously, this backwards university discriminated against a ton of students with mental illnesses and are now being investigated by the Department of Justice. Well, good.
Oh.
Hey, well, good, right?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Number 27, I once knew a guy who could have been a great golfer, could have gone pro. Oh, come on, that's from Caddyshack. All right, let's skip that one. It's literally a quote from Caddyshack.
Well, maybe it's just the beginning part.
I'll read it if you want me to.
Well, skim it. See if there's more.
No, I'll read it. It's the quote from Caddyshack. I once knew a guy who could have been a great golfer, could have gone pro. All he needed was a little time and practice. Decided to go to college instead. Went for 4 years. Did pretty well. At the end of 4 years, his last semester, he was kicked out. You know what for? He was night putting. Just putting at night with the 15-year-old daughter of the dean.
Yeah.
That's from Caddyshack.
All right. Yeah. You're right.
The list got trolled there a little bit. Number 28, my master sergeant was kicked out of college for throwing a flaming couch through the door window. He tried to argue to the dean that he was just saving lives, but since he was the one who lit it on fire, it didn't buy him much sympathy.
A flaming couch.
That's amazing. That's a great visual. Number 29, my friend got busted for drinking, which isn't an expellable offense, but to get back at the RA that caught him, he pooped into a bag, went to the guy's first floor window, and threw it into the RA's room. What made things worse is that the RA had a box fan in the window. The poop hit it and sprayed everywhere in the room. Literally, the poop hit the fan.
The shit hit the fan. Oh, that's so bad.
All right. This is the last one. Number 30. I had a very close call. In my 20th century history class, my professor was nutty, and like many professors with an agenda, you learn to go with it. Well, one day she was discussing the Western expansion and depression, and went off on a rant about how evil the white men were, and most were involved with the KKK. Being as this was absurdly silly, I didn't say anything or ask any questions during class, but waited until after class to clarify. She repeated it and said that I'd love to hear, and I said I'd love to hear her cite a source because I wasn't quite sure it was wrong. That's all that was said. No arguing, really. Maybe a week later, I got a letter from the campus police that she had filed a report saying that I had started yelling about black people and was verbally assaulting her. It was referred to the academic affairs or whatever, and that department is technically called, and I had to meet with the director. He was black. He couldn't have been cooler. I told them exactly what happened and suggested talking to the other students in the class to see if they heard anything as they were leaving. He said not to worry about it and was dropping it. Not sure if she had a history of lying about stuff like that, but he was very cool, down to earth, and believe me, the academic world needs more people like him that genuinely care about the students and their well-being.
Yeah, why are you trying to push some agenda? Just teach the shit.
Yeah, well, wouldn't that be nice, right?
Yeah.
Out of 30, I'm going to say 23 on this one.
I'd go 27 minus 3, so 24.
Why are you going to make it all complicated? Why can't you just say 24?
Well, minus 3 because 3 of them weren't actually expelled.
Oh, you were counting those.
I was.
Okay. And what about the one that was, like, from Caddyshack?
Oh, shit. Yeah, 23.
There you go. Okay, so I got this list here from Goliath.com. It's 10 hilarious movies that weren't supposed to be comedies.
Oh, no. Is, like, The Room maybe going to be one of them or something?
Well, the header is from Batman and Robin. That definitely qualifies.
Yeah.
Number 10 is Bloodsport.
Oh, that's a great movie.
I mean, not really, but it's fun.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, but no, it's not really a great movie.
Yeah.
Number 9 is Vampire's Kiss. I'd never heard of this, but the picture they use is
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire.
He's making one of his trademark goofy faces, so.
Yeah, the you don't say face.
No, it's more like a I just smoked all the drugs face.
There's a scene of him running down the street yelling, "I'm a vampire" at the top of his lungs in broad daylight.
Of course. Number 8 is Troll 2.
Ah, yes.
They're eating her! And then they're gonna eat me!
Oh
my
god! You know what the dad's name in that movie
It's
is?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yeah. Number 7 is The Room.
There you
You're
go.
tearing me apart! Oh, hi, Mark.
So anyway, how's your sex life?
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
Number 6 is Batman and Robin. I mean, you can't take that movie seriously.
No.
It's impossible.
I'd like to hope that movie kind of knew what it was, but sometimes I'm not so sure.
I don't know that they knew what it was, really.
I think Arnie might have known because he was having a good time in that movie.
I heard that if you get like the DVD and you listen to the commentary track, that it's basically an hour and a half of Joel Schumacher apologizing.
It's just, yeah, sorry about this scene. Sorry about
Sorry
that
about
scene.
this whole thing. Just everything. Yeah. Number 5 is Deadly Prey.
I don't know that.
Apparently, I don't know. They said it's like a homeless version of Rambo. Rambo was homeless, so.
Hobo with a shotgun?
Yeah, I don't know about this movie. Number 4 is the Wicker Man, the one with Nick Cage.
Oh, that's pretty good. He punches that lady right in the face.
For no reason.
Yeah, just he's so pissed off. He's getting nothing but non-answers the whole time.
Not
He's like,
the
well,
bees.
Yes, the famous not the bees. They're in my eyes.
Number 3 is Birdemic.
I think they knew what that was going into that movie.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'd like to hope so because the production value is probably 0.
Yeah, 0, yeah. Number 2 is Battlefield Earth. Gad, do it. I know you want to.
What?
The quote.
Oh, what is it? Well, they were teaching you to spell your name. I was learning the galaxies. You know.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't want to do it. I can't think. I think my brain is fried.
And number 1 is The Happening.
Is that where the trees are like?
Yeah, the trees do something.
The wind is making people kill themselves?
Yeah, or the trees are...
Or the pollen on the
something
wind.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. They're throwing themselves into lawnmowers and all sorts of shit.
It's not The Happening, it's the something.
it's the what?
It's a Shyamalan movie.
It's the Shyamalan. Out of 10, I want to say 8 on this one.
Yeah, that sounds about right. 8.
Okay. So, now this is interesting. This one's also from Goliath. It's 14 great actors who were wasted in comic book movies.
Oh, like, okay.
Now, this is interesting because there have been some actors that have put some really, truly great performances in superhero movies, especially in the last, like, five years or so.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's some that it's like, what the hell was that?
Can you think of any wasted potential?
I mean, I couldn't think of a better example than the one they used for the header, which is from Iron Man 3, Mr. Ben Kingsley.
Oh, Mandarin. Well, sort of.
He was great in the role. It's just they didn't have enough of him.
They cocked it up.
I've learned to appreciate Iron Man 3 more, and I don't hate it, but
Good,
I really think
like it.
They needed more of him. There wasn't enough of him.
Like, they should have integrated him more into the story.
Number 14 is Taylor Kitsch in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Who was Taylor Kitsch in that?
He played Gambit.
It's been a while since I've seen that one.
Yeah, he played Gambit, and I mean, he was a pretty good Gambit as far as that goes, but there wasn't a whole lot of him.
Would have been nice if he could tag along.
Number 13, Michael Fassbender and Jonah Hex. I couldn't even remember that he was in that.
I have never seen it.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, so I missed a dodge a bullet, yeah.
It's not the funny kind of bad. It's the boring kind of bad.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, and Fassbender's a great actor, so yeah. I mean, a good thing that he came back and played Magneto, so he got to really, do a great role in a
And
superhero movie.
he did it well.
And also, Jonah Hex was played by Josh Brolin, who not only he's got two superhero roles now, because he's Thanos and he's going to be Cable.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Number 12 is Hugo Weaving in Captain America: The First Avenger.
Who was Hugo Weaving?
He was the Red Skull, and I thought he was great, but
I wouldn't even know.
I think that the fact that he hasn't been back is kind of telling. Like they haven't used him since then.
Like maybe we'll just forget about Red Skull for now.
And, I heard that they wanted to bring him back, but he doesn't want to reprise the role.
Oh, well, yeah, sure.
Who knows? It's just the fact that, then they even said he was great. The fact that they haven't brought him back is kind of crazy. Number 11, Edward Norton in The Incredible Hulk. This is someone who was very clearly not interested in the movie that he was making.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's just, well, I guess I'm going to be in one of those comic movies.
Yeah, but, like, if you're going to be the Hulk, like, don't you want to do a good job? I mean, that's a pretty major role.
And Edward Norton's a good actor.
Yeah, he is, but when he doesn't care, it really shows.
Nah, he phoned in the whole phone book.
Pretty much. I mean, think about how great Ruffalo is as Banner.
Oh.
Eric Bana was fantastic as Banner. I mean, Norton really didn't do it for me.
But yeah, like, Ruffalo just, I don't know, just feels good. Feels nice.
Yeah. Number 10 is the entire cast of the rebooted Fantastic Four.
Oh, the latest one? The brand newest one?
I mean, you had Michael B. Jordan, Kate Mara, Jamie Bell. You had a lot of good actors. You had a good director. Somehow they cocked it up royally.
I haven't seen it, but nobody says anything good about it.
Yeah. Number 9 is Jimon Hansu in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Who's Jimon Hansu?
He played Korath the Pursuer. He had, like, one scene.
Oh.
Yeah. He was prominently featured in the first trailer, so I think people assumed that he was going to be a major role.
They teased it wrong.
The scene from the trailer is pretty much the scene that he's in.
Oh, is it the Star-Lord? Who?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, he wasn't bad, I guess, but it's not much.
I don't know if I agree with this one. Number 8 is Michael Shannon for The Man of Steel. I mean, he was in, like, a majority of the movie.
Maybe because he hasn't been back, right?
Well, he got killed, so...
Oh, people can come back.
Well, not the way he was killed. he was sort of, kind of in the sequel.
Yeah.
His corpse was.
Yeah, well, it counts. Number
7, Peter Dinklage in X-Men Days of Future Past. There wasn't nearly enough of him. And I thought this movie was fantastic, but he was played up to be a major player, and then he wasn't.
Yeah, like his on-screen time was just kind of here and then gone.
I kind of feel like there's probably a lot of cut scenes that he was in.
I gotta get the Blu-ray.
Number 6 is Tommy Lee Jones in Batman Forever.
I don't know.
I know he hated doing that movie.
Yeah, and
because apparently, and I don't know how true this is, but I heard that he just did not get along with Jim Carrey.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I wouldn't think that those two would not get along. That's very strange.
Like I said, I heard that he just didn't get along with Jim Carrey at all.
But I don't know, his the way he went with Two-Face was not what I was expecting.
He did a good job for what it was. I saw it as kind of when I saw Batman Forever, I kind of took it as like almost an extension of like the '60s Batman kind of aesthetic.
I mean, the movie's fine, but
like if they had Two-Face wasn't part of the '60s show, but if he was, he would have been like that.
Yeah, well, very over the top and cockamamie.
Oh yeah. Number 5 is Idris Elba in the MCU and in Ghost Rider: Spirits of Vengeance. I did not know he was in the second Ghost Rider because I haven't watched it.
Same here.
Because the first one hurt me on an emotional level. It was so fucking bad. But apparently he was in that, and they're saying he's wasted as Heimdall, though. I mean, it's a minor role. Apparently he didn't even like doing that, so who knows?
Some people just aren't into the comic book movies, huh?
And don't get involved in it.
Yeah, but that's where the money is right now, right?
You know, I mean, I don't know. I like Idris Elba. I mean, not every movie he does is great. I didn't like The Dark Tower, but
yeah,
I liked him in it, you know? Number 4 is Ryan Reynolds in Green Lantern. If they had let him actually play Green Lantern...
What, did they tell him to do things differently?
I don't know what that... They didn't have a script was the problem with Green Lantern. It was like almost like the exact same thing that happened with Suicide Squad, where they got the script at like the last second.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if they just let Ryan Reynolds be Ryan Reynolds, I mean, then that's fine.
Yeah. Number 3
like,
is...
Look what it did to Deadpool.
Exactly. Number 3 is Jamie Foxx in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
you know, when I saw the first trailer for this, I thought it looked pretty good. And because it looked like Jamie Foxx was going to be the only villain in it. And the way they kind of just shunt him aside and they, oh, now let's do the Green Goblin again. And it's like, why would you do that?
And the Rhino?
Oh, that was only, yeah, he was there for like a scene. I mean, I'm just like, there was so much shit in that movie, but there were good parts, and that makes it crazy for me because it had potential.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen either of the Amazing Spider-Mans.
I did really like the first one. The second one was just a bit too much of a mess for me.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like Spider-Man 3, right?
Yeah, well, not as bad as Spider-Man 3, but it's sort of the same problems, yeah.
Okay.
Number 2 is Ben Kingsley in Iron Man 3. Like once again, he did great. He didn't, there wasn't enough of him.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Kingsley's like a fantastic actor, but...
And number 1 is Anthony Hopkins in the Thor franchise.
Who is he, Odin?
He's Odin, yeah. I don't think that he's wasted as Odin.
Yeah,
I mean,
like he does his part.
First of all, Anthony Hopkins is like 100 years old.
He's not going to be jumping around.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that he's able to play Odin and all is fantastic. And if you're gonna get it, you're not just gonna get some schlub to be Odin.
Like he'll deliver the lines very boastfully.
Oh yeah. So I can't agree with the number 1 pick. I do agree with some of these, not all of them. Out of 14, I'm gonna give it a 9.
I'm gonna give it an 11.
Wow, an 11.
Yep.
A 1.
911.
Okay, so I have another movie-based list from Goliath here, and I think we can make a little bit of a game out of this. I don't want to get too crazy, but it's the 10 greatest closing lines in cinema history. So, I mean, these are all pretty famous lines. I'll say it. You tell me if you know what it is. Just make like one quick guess. It's not a big deal if you don't know it.
Okay.
All right. Number 10. Now, where was I?
Oh shit. I don't know.
You might
I can't.
You might not know this one. It's a great, fantastic movie, but it was a little under the radar. It was called Memento.
Oh no, I've never seen it. It plays backwards though, right?
Amazing fucking. It was a Christopher Nolan movie before Christopher Nolan was a known director.
It was a household name.
Yeah, but it was fantastic.
No, but I know it's like it goes backwards or something.
Partially, yeah. Number 9. I Was Cured All Right.
Oh, A Clockwork Orange?
A Clockwork Orange, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 8. Why don't we just wait here for a little while, see what happens.
Oh.
You know it. You know it.
I bet. Fuck.
It's probably on the tip of your tongue, right?
Past the lips. I don't know. Fuck.
It's The Thing.
Oh. Damn it.
You did know it, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right, number 7 is too obvious because the title of the movie's in there, so don't even bother with this one. He is not a hero. He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark knight.
A Dark Knight.
Yeah. I mean, the title's right in there, yeah.
Yep.
Number 6. If you don't get this one, I'm going to reach through the internet and punch you in the back of the head, all right?
Hey, man, I forgot about Chernobyl, so let's see.
You're going to get the Rhodes, Where we're going, we don't need roads.
No, 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 no,
Yeah, I mean, you're singing the
no.
song. You know what it is.
Back to the Future.
Of course. Number 5. I'm not even going to swat that fly. I hope they're watching. They'll see. They'll see it and they'll know and they'll say, oh, she wouldn't even harm a fly. Yes, that's Psycho. Obviously. Yeah. Number 4. Oh, this is another one. If you don't get it, you're just an idiot. But you're gonna get it.
You're putting me on the spot.
No, I mean I'm gonna act it out too. And you maniacs! You blew it up! Damn you! God damn you to hell!
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Oh, Dr. Zayas.
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, of course, that's the original Planet of the Apes.
It's a good line.
Every line in that movie was fantastic, though. Number 3. I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
But Silence of the Lambs.
That was the Silence of the Lambs, yeah. I love that ending, too.
Yeah.
Number 2. Lewis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Casablanca?
That's Casablanca.
Yep.
Number 1. I'm surprised this is number 1. I mean, it's a great line, but I'm surprised this is number 1. The greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing the world he did not exist. And like that, he's gone.
Was that the Usual Suspects?
That's the Usual Suspects.
All right.
I kind of thought that Gone with the Wind was going to be on there.
I thought so, too. I thought
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn. And everyone's like, oh.
Yeah, because that was scandalous back then. But I think these were all good choices. I think it should have been more than a top 10 because I thought it was a great idea for a list.
I'd like to see what more they had.
Yeah, I would give it a 10 out of 10, though. I think it's a great idea for a list.
10 all the way, even though I haven't seen Memento. Now Where Was I is a clever ending.
Oh, that's great. And you know what? I didn't have this open, but I just noticed there's the 10 best opening lines in film history from the same website. So let's try that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so number 10. Are you watching closely?
Oh, fuck. I might...
All right, I'm going to give you a hint here. The last list opened with a Christopher Nolan movie, and so does this one.
Inception.
No, it's The Prestige.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Okay.
Oh, but that makes sense. Are you watching closely?
Like all fucking Christopher Nolan movies, it's fantastic.
Mm.
Number 9. We were somewhere around Barstow on the edge of the desert when the drug began to take hold.
Oh, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yes. Number 8. What came first, the music or the misery?
Is that Misery?
Oh. It's High Fidelity.
Oh my God. I've seen that like once way back.
Yeah.
And I liked it, but I can't remember it very well.
This is one that I don't know, I hope you get this one. My name is Lester Burnham. This is my neighborhood. This is my street. This is my life. I'm 42 years old, and in less than a year I'll be dead. Of course I don't know that yet, and in a way, I'm dead already.
Oh. Falling Down?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
It's not really the first line, it's the opening narration. That's American Beauty.
Oh, that's like your favorite movie. I'm sorry, man.
It's in my top 5, yeah.
Sorry about that. I haven't really seen it.
I kind of figured you weren't going to get it.
It's not in my list. I'm sorry.
Number 6. Who are you? I am Death.
I don't know.
It's The Seventh Seal.
Oh, the one where
the guy he meets
they
Death.
They play chess.
He plays chess with Death. Yeah.
Yeah, damn it. I can see the scene too. Shit.
Okay, this is like stupidly easy. Number 5, Rosebud.
Oh, the Citizen Kane of movies.
It is the Citizen Kane of movies.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 4. Now I want you to remember that no bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die for his country.
Well, it's a war movie.
Yes, it is. It is a war movie.
Is it Platoon?
Oh, you're not too far off. It's Patton. That was a good guess, though.
Damn.
Number 3. I hate this fucking movie, but let's see if you get it. Choose life. Choose a job. Choose a career. Choose a family. Choose a fucking big television. I choose not to choose life. I choose something else. And the reason? There are no reason. Who needs reasons when you got heroin?
Holy shit. Wait, is that Train Spotting?
Yeah, it is Train Spotting.
You don't like that movie?
I hated it.
Oh, I thought it was pretty good.
It.
I thought it was pretty good. It's rough, but it's pretty good.
Number 2, as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Oh, Goodfellas?
It is Goodfellas, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
And number 1, this is another easy one. I was 12 going on 13 the first time I saw a dead human being.
Stand By Me?
Yeah, it's Stand By Me.
That's a good one.
That was a good one, yeah.
That's a real banger.
Out of 10, what do you... I'm going to say 9 on that one.
For the best ones, I don't know. Some of those longer ones, I'm going to give it like a 7.
Yeah, like, you know, the American Beauty one, as much as I love the movie, that's not really the first line. That's the opening narration. It's the voiceover.
Mm-hmm. Like,
So
I just want like a one punch, like...
Yeah. I
You
agree,
know,
I agree.
Rosebud, that's effective.
Rosebud is really effective, yeah, because then the whole movie is like, what the hell is that about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got another movie list here. I think this is really interesting. You know what? I think we can turn this into a game because it's 10 terrible original titles of classic movies.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'll give you the original title. You tell me if you know what it is. The first one's really too easy, but...
Well...
I mean, the first one is Revenge of the Jedi.
Oh, Return of the Jedi,
So obviously,
okay.
yeah, that's Return of the Jedi.
So these are actual, like, what they were before...
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like original, like, let's mix it up kind of thing.
No, this is what they were called before they changed it to
Okay,
what it was going to
okay.
be. Number 9 is Star Beast.
Star Beast?
What movie do you think was originally called Star Beast?
Alien.
Yes.
Yeah!
Yes. And actually, because I don't know if you've ever seen this ridiculous movie that came out in the 70s called Dark Star.
No.
Alien was like a high-budget rip-off of Dark Star. Like, Dark Star was this really shitty, low-budget movie, but it had basically the same plot as Alien.
Star Beast. I'm glad they changed it.
Okay, number 8 is The Lunch Bunch.
Breakfast Club?
Yeah, it is The Breakfast Club.
The Lunch
All they
Bunch.
did was they changed the meal, you know? The Lunch Bunch.
That's terrible. So bad.
Oh, I'm glad they changed that one. Number 7, Wise Guy.
Oh, is that Goodfellas?
It is Goodfellas, yeah.
Awesome, I'm doing okay.
The book that it was based on was called Wise Guy.
Goodfellas.
And the book
has
was
a nice ring to it.
based on a true story, too. I don't know, not a lot of people know that. Number 6 is When I Grow Up. I'm glad they changed this one.
When I Grow Up. Big?
It is Big!
Yes! Yes!
I think you've gotten every single one of these so far.
Well, just wait for me to cock up the easy ones.
No, but these are hard and you're getting them. Number 5 is The William Money Killings.
What the fuck?
The William Money Killings. I don't know how they got from that to what they... Wow.
I can't even think of a... Wait,
I mean, that was the main character's name, but it's like, why would they call it that? That's terrible.
I have no idea.
It's Unforgiven.
Oh.
Isn't that a way better title for a movie, though?
Wait, is that the Western? Is that a Western?
Yeah, the Clint Eastwood movie.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not that into Westerns, so
Okay,
you know.
number 4 is Tribal Rights of the New Saturday Night.
Friday Night Lights?
No, it's Saturday Night Fever.
Well.
Okay, I think you're gonna... This is a really obvious one, but it's like, I don't know why they ever thought this was a good title. I'm glad they changed it. Number 3 is Ghost Smashers.
Oh, Ghostbusters.
Yeah, they changed it to Ghostbusters.
I actually knew that.
Why would they call it Ghost Smash? They don't smash ghosts. They bust ghosts.
I think it was because the name Ghostbusters had already existed.
Well, there was a movie called Ghostbusters, but it was with a space in it.
Yeah, Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And
number 4. This cracks me up. There was a movie called this, so that's why it's confusing.
Oh dear.
But there's another movie that they were originally going to call Scary Movie.
Scream.
Yeah, I mean, that's obvious because Scary Movie was the spoof of Scream, so...
Boy, what are the odds?
Yeah, they were originally going to call it Scary Movie. And number 1 is Dangerous Days. There's like, if you get this, I'm going to be so amazed because there's like no connection.
Top Gun?
No.
Days of Thunder?
No.
Oh,
No,
what?
Blade Runner.
What? Okay.
What a leap, right?
Yeah, freaking Quantum Leap.
Now, I want to mention that the book it was based on was called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Electric Sheep,
So,
yeah.
So they went from Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep to Dangerous Days to Blade Runner.
Man, talk about boiling it down to its essential roots.
I don't even know, like, how these leaps were made. It's pretty great. But out of 10, what do you think? I'm thinking 8.
I was going to pick 8. You stole my number.
I steal all the numbers. That's what I do.
You collect them digits.
I collect them digits. This is a pretty great site. Okay, but
I like this so far.
I got one more from it. It's the 10 most controversial horror movies of all time.
Oh, does it say why?
Oh yeah, they get big power. I think most of these are pretty well known. You're gonna know why. I mean.
Okay.
Number 10 is Silent Night, Deadly Night. Actually, I don't know why that would have been controversial. I'm gonna have to read this. Let's see. Well, apparently, there was parental outrage over a killer Santa Claus.
Well, they had like killer dolls, killer aliens.
I mean, did they think that it was going to be like a nice movie where it was called Silent Night, Deadly Night? And dead is right in the title.
I could see them being mad at that Jack Frost horror movie.
Yeah, well, especially since there were 2 movies around the same time called Jack Frost.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Did you know that there was a horror movie called Frozen?
Really?
It's impossible to Google now.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Exactly, yeah. It came out a few years before the Disney Frozen. It was like these kids were stuck on a ski lift for like a whole weekend kind of thing.
Oh, jeez.
And they were like wolves and shit. Number 9 is The Blair Witch Project. I don't remember that being controversial.
Maybe because they thought it was real footage, they advertised it as real footage.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember some people were arguing over whether it was real or not, but I don't think that anybody intelligent thought that it was.
We're talking about mass media here.
I guess you're right. My bad. Number 8 is Cannibal Holocaust. I mean, this was the original found footage movie, so much so that they arrested the director and put him on trial for murdering the entire cast.
Yeah, because he instructed the cast to like not contact anybody.
Yeah, they were lying low.
Yeah.
They had to stop lying low because they had to prove that this guy didn't murder them.
And I think, not PETA, but something like it got involved because they actually killed real animals on screen.
I don't sure if it was that movie or a different movie, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Maybe I am thinking of a similar...
I think you're thinking of, it was Apocalypse Now.
Okay. I don't know why. How the hell do I get those screwed up?
Remember where they sacrificed the water buffalo?
Yeah.
That wasn't even part of the movie. That was just the tribal people that were nearby were doing that, and they're like, hey, can we film it for our movie?
Oh my god. Okay, sure.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Huh.
Just for some local flavor. Number 7 is Night of the Living Dead.
Well, I mean, it's just another horror movie back then.
Well, no, it wasn't. It was way gorier than they were used to at the time, and Variety called it pornography of violence, which is actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, well, like horror porn or torture porn now,
yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but those are the movies advertising it as such.
That's good. Promo press.
Number 6 is Don't Look Now. I'm actually not familiar with this.
Don't Look Now.
Came out in 1973, had Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie. Oh, so apparently some people thought that the sex scene might have actually been real.
Well, aren't there a couple movies that actually, that they claim the sex was totally real?
Well, yeah, they had to actually release a press release saying that the sex scene was simulated.
Simulated by animatronic robots.
Number 5, now this is going well back, Nosferatu.
Oh, wow. Silent films. Early silent films.
Well, see, here's the thing. The guy that played Dracula.
Orlok?
Well, they didn't name it. It was originally Dracula. They changed it to Orlok later when they got in a little trouble with the copyrights.
Mm-hmm.
But originally it was Dracula. The guy that played him was this. He was actually a pretty famous actor at the time. His name was Max Schreck.
Yeah.
And he stayed in character on set. And there was a rumor that he was a real vampire.
They got the real thing.
And they made a movie about it in about 2000 or so called Shadow of the Vampire, which was about the making of Nosferatu. And the story was that they hired a real vampire to be in the movie.
That's a clever idea, though.
But it's funny that it's crazy that anyone would have thought that Max Schreck was a real vampire because he was famous. He was in a lot of fucking movies.
Well, we got the evidence right here. I mean, look.
Number 4 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, was it because it was so too gory for the time?
It wasn't even gory. It was, you know what it was?
Time.
It was more realistic than people expected it to be.
Like this could happen.
Yeah, it absolutely could happen. And what's crazy is that originally it had an X rating.
Whoa.
And when Tobe Hooper claimed that he thought it would be rated PG.
Wow.
So,
that's a leap.
That is a very big leap. Number 3 is Rosemary's Baby.
I'm doing this for you, Damien.
No, that's The Omen.
Oh, shit.
Rosemary's Baby.
Which one's Rosemary's Baby?
Where the girl is trying to get pregnant, and then there's like her neighbors are in this like creepy cult, and she gets like fucked by the devil, and she's pregnant with the devil's baby, but they're all telling her that she's crazy, and that it's just, you know, hormones, and she's seeing things, but she really was fucked by the devil.
Oh my god. Did it show it?
Well, I mean, not in excruciating detail, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it was a pretty good movie, though. And also the fact that it was Roman Polanski movie, so anything he does is going to be a little controversial, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a fact of who he is.
Yep.
Number 2 is Psycho.
Mm.
Well, you know, and Psycho was controversial for all the reasons that you wouldn't think it would have been. It had nothing to do with the violence or the killings or anything like that. It was that Janet Leigh... Well, there was no nudity, but it was that Janet Leigh was... you know, she was single, but she was having sex with... They didn't show sex, but it was clear that she was going off, you know, on her break from work to meet her boyfriend and have sex with him, and then she was, you know, in her bra, and it was kind of a thing like, oh my god, look at this.
Oh, how scandalous.
Scandalous, liberated woman, right?
How sinful.
Number 1 is The Exorcist.
Mm.
I mean, there's a scene in this where the little girl stabs herself in the crotch with a crucifix.
Your mother sews socks that smell.
Was that the TV version?
It was the SNL skit.
Oh, okay. That's funny. But, I mean, like, of course that's going to be controversial. It's also a fucking awesome movie.
Yeah, like the power of Christ compels you, and like everything's moving around and shit's crazy.
It was really good. I thought that they did a great job with it.
All practical effects.
Yeah, and apparently a lot of it they didn't know what was going to happen. Like they knew that, like the guy knew that the girl was going to spit pea soup on him, but he didn't know how much of it was going to get all over him. So he thought it was going to be a little dribble, and it was like, you know, and that surprised. So the reaction was real, kind of thing.
That's kind of clever. Also,
like how you can see their breath when they're doing the exorcism is because they literally filmed it in like a freezer or something.
Oh,
that's from what I heard. But yeah, it's a great movie, but it was controversial. Out of 10, what do you think?
Give it I'll give this an 8 as well, like the last one.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah, 7.
I'm gonna give it a 7. Yeah. I don't know why I'm turning into Kermit right now. Yeah.
Oh. What
the fuck is wrong with us?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's see. I got so many things to pick from. It's like insane here. Okay, so I have this list from Ranker.com. I don't know how many are there here. Let's scroll down. Because I know Ranker, it could be a lot or it could be a little. It just kind of keeps going, you know?
Just keeps going and going and
And
going.
going and going. I think Ranker will list as many as people will submit to it, so I'm just trying to find the...
Oh.
Okay. All right, there's actually 22. So it's the 22 worst movies based on cartoons, or worst live-action movies based on cartoons.
Oh, jeez.
So what do you think is the king of bad live-action movies based on cartoons? Because I got to think Scooby-Doo's, like, up there.
I'd say it'd be up there, but not number one. There's got to be worse than that.
I couldn't sit through Scooby-Doo.
How about Scooby-Doo 2?
I did not see that one. I did not see that.
I'm trying to think of other live-action
What about
shit.
the Garfield movies are pretty bad.
Oh, I haven't... A Tale of Two Kitties.
And
Yeah.
there's the Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, Chipwreck.
They keep making those, too. All right, well, let's find out. Number 22 is Space Jam. It's funny, we just talked about this earlier. Like I said, it probably hasn't aged well.
I remember seeing it several years ago, and I still liked it then, but I didn't love it.
Mm.
I do love the mix of animation and...
I was 16 when this came out. I thought it was pretty dope, but if I saw it now, I'd probably think it was lame.
Well,
Number 21 is How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
It was just... That was an ugly movie.
I found it to be vaguely creepy.
Yeah, like the Who's looked ugly, the Grinch weird.
Yeah, everything was just creepy. Number 10 is Casper. I've never actually seen Casper.
I saw Casper in theaters.
Whoa.
I
What did you think of it?
didn't think one way or another. Just kind of, okay, that was all right.
Yeah.
It was a movie that happened.
Number 19, I question the inclusion of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Because it was not, I mean, it was based on a comic book, but they're picking Secret of the Ooze. Secret of the Ooze was pretty bad, but it's not even like the worst Turtles movie.
It's, you know what, it's not as good, it's not as good as the first one. I still think it's okay.
I don't know. Have you seen it recently?
I remember a lot about that movie because I saw it many times.
Yeah, but have you seen it recently?
I have not seen it recently.
Maybe don't see it recently.
Combat cold cuts!
Maybe don't. Maybe you shouldn't see it again. Keep that good memory of it, you know?
I got the Blu-rays.
Number 18 is Richie Rich. That's also based on a comic book.
Yeah.
And I also think that, like, okay, the worst thing about Richie Rich was that it was not funny. But it was also not, like, a bad movie. It just wasn't funny. Like, the comedy fell flat.
Was that the one that was an advertisement for McDonald's?
Well, there was a thing where he had a McDonald's in his house.
But that seems like something a kid would also probably want to do.
Yeah, I mean, but you're thinking like Mac and Me. That was a total.
I am thinking of Mac and Me.
Yeah.
Fuck, Mac and Me.
All I remember from that is the kid falling off the cliff.
Conan O'Brien.
Number 17 is Aeon Flux. You know, I did not see Aeon Flux.
I saw the cartoon.
I love the cartoon.
The movie.
The cartoon was awesome, but I heard the movie was pretty bad.
I never saw it.
Number 16 is Transformers Dark of the Moon. First of all, I like Dark of the Moon was dope.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't very smart, but it was cool to watch.
None of these Transformers movies is smart. The whole idea of Transformers isn't smart.
No, but I mean, it was... I
honestly think that, like, out of the, you know, like the 5 movies they've made, I think that's the best one.
I don't know, because I kind of forget the third one, and I haven't seen the 4th or 5th one.
That is that Dark of the Moon is the 3rd one.
What was the 2nd one?
Revenge of the Fallen.
Oh! Okay.
Yeah, Dark of the Moon was the 3rd one. I think that was the best one.
You know, that one was pretty good. Okay.
Number 15 is Dudley Do-Right. I forgot they made a movie.
Oh, Brendan Fraser, my poor little dude.
You know, the only thing I remember is that I remember him being on The Daily Show talking about doing the movie. Like, he hadn't made it yet, but he had just gotten cast to do it.
Yeah.
A trailer where all he did was walk into rakes for 2 minutes. And I'm like, I could see that on The Simpsons.
Yeah, Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, Sideshow Bob does that.
Yeah.
And it was funnier when Sideshow Bob did it.
Yes.
All right, number 14 is Alvin and the Chipmunks. I mean, that makes
Take
sense.
your pick.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, wait. Smurfs will probably be on here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're probably
Smurfs.
right. Number 13 is G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. I don't really think it's based on a cartoon, but...
Oh, G.I. Joe?
I mean, they're action figures first. I kind of think, I mean, it was a cartoon at one point, so I think they're being a little loose with the whole thing, kind of like Ninja Turtles.
If it was made into a cartoon, we'll include it.
Yeah. I didn't see G.I. Joe, actually.
I did, and it was, again, one of those movies that was just okay. It was all right.
I kind of thought, I didn't see it. I should see it one day. I kind of thought that it looked like a Transformers kind of thing, where it wasn't going to be smart, but it was probably going to be entertaining.
That would have been a dope crossover.
That would be.
Hasbro.
Number 12 is Mr. Magoo. Oh, man, I didn't see Mr. Magoo.
Oh, Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Despite the fact that I liked the cartoon Mr. Magoo and I liked Leslie Nielsen, I saw the trailer and I'm just like, well, I won't be seeing that.
I remember when I was younger, my dad would sometimes call me Magoo.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, but I got it. I just didn't care.
Yeah. Number 11 is Josie and the Pussycats. But what? Yeah, I mean that's also based on a comic book, but there was a cartoon.
They turned them into a pop punk band. It was weird.
That kind of makes sense, though.
For the time that it was released, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean I didn't see it. I've heard mixed things about it.
Yeah, like it aged okay.
Yeah, I heard that like people didn't really get it at the time, is what I heard.
Yeah.
Number 10. Oh, you know that Gem movie that you saw has got to be on here.
Oh, let's see.
Number 10 is Underdog. Underdog was a travesty.
Underdog is here?
Yeah. I mean, that's...
I didn't want to see it at all.
Yeah. Number 9 is Boris and Natasha, the movie. I didn't even know they made that.
I thought they made a Rocky and Bullwinkle movie.
I remember watching Rocky and Bullwinkle. I didn't know that there was a Boris and Natasha movie.
Jason Alexander was Boris.
Not in this one, he wasn't.
What?
According to this, John Travolta was Boris in this.
What the hell? I'm thinking of the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie, though.
Yeah, the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie was good, too, but I didn't know that they made some, like, weird sequel to it.
And John Travolta.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that existed. Was this, like, direct to DVD or something? Direct
to the waste bin.
Probably. Number 8 is the Smurfs. You called that one.
Yep. La 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 la.
Number 7, Gem and the Holograms.
See, now the reason that I wasn't as harsh on it as I could have been is because the movie was not written for someone like me.
But the point, like, because it was my idea that you review this movie, and the point was that you would not even talk about the movie.
Yes.
That you would just, like, spend, like 5 minutes talking about, like, jerking off or like, something unrelated, and then at the end you go, oh, yeah, and the movie sucked.
Oh, yeah, by the way, the movie sucked.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I just suddenly had an epiphany, an idea, and I ran with it. I liked it.
Number 6 is the Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I saw the first one, though.
I saw the first Flintstones live-action movie. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I never saw the second one. Number 5 is Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties.
I knew it would be that one.
Yeah.
Because it's the sequel.
Number 4 is Scooby-Doo, The Mystery Begins.
Oh, wait. Oh, was that the direct-to-TV movie?
It doesn't say, though.
Because there was Scooby-Doo 2, and then a direct-to-TV.
It must be that.
Yikes.
You know what should be on here? There's only 3 more and I haven't seen them, but there was a movie in the 90s that was based on Archie, and it was a travesty.
Really?
It was like, but they were like all old. They were like middle age.
What?
Yeah. And there's a scene where Jughead tries to rap, and it's like it's the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's cringy, you might say?
No, dude. It's soul destroying. I'll show it to you after this.
So it's no Riverdale, that
Okay.
Netflix
No,
show.
well, I don't know about all that. Number 3 is Inspector Gadget 2. I didn't even know they made a second one.
Oh, the dude from Third Rock was Inspector Gadget in that.
To be honest, that's kind of a better choice than Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. More like Matthew Broderick.
Go fuck yourself. Number 2 is Dragon Ball Evolution.
Based on a manga, technically.
Yeah, but it's clear that like if there was a cartoon, then it gets on here because a lot of these were originally something else.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this. I haven't heard a single positive thing about it, though.
I don't want to see it, honestly.
And number 1 is, I should have thought of this actually, The Last Airbender.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Shyamalan at his
Yeah, so
worst.
it has the best of both crappy worlds. One is that it's Shyamalan, and the other is that apparently he disregarded everything that people liked about the cartoon.
Ooh, that's bad.
Oh.
So there's no cartoon in this live-action movie based on a cartoon.
So yeah, out of 22, I'm gonna say, I think like on the one hand, I could think of a few that should be on here that aren't, but then again, there's a few on here that I wasn't even aware of.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say 20.
19.
19. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, now I have another one that's sort of about adaptations, and it's from Ranker. So it's things that movie adaptions had to leave out because they were too dark.
Oh, shit. Yeah, like in a book, you can put anything, but
yeah,
you got to clean it up for the movies.
What's funny is like and it's not even like a big deal, but like the first thing I think of is the movie version of Cujo.
What did they leave out?
That the kid in the book died.
Really?
Yeah, he died at the end.
From the dog?
Well, he had rabies will kill you, man.
Well, yeah, but they didn't rescue him in time, or no?
They didn't get to him in time in the book. Yeah.
Damn, that's ice cold.
It's rough being a kid in a Stephen King movie, or book rather. You know, like that, and that was the thing. I was talking to my mom and dad about the Dark Tower because I was just over there the other day, and I was like, "Oh God, the Dark Tower sucked," and they're like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it was not good." And one of my and I was like, I cannot believe the one thing that they didn't do is that Jake, the kid, did not die. He died 3 times in the books.
What?
Yeah.
What, is there time travel?
Actually, there was time travel involved in that, yeah.
Oh, man, I got to read these Dark Tower
There was
books.
time travel involved. Okay, so these are things that adaptations left out or altered because they were too dark. Number 14, Bruce Banner didn't kill his dad in The Incredible Hulk. It's probably because his dad wasn't in The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, okay.
They kind of covered that in the first Hulk movie, so.
Oh, all right.
I don't think that really counts. You know what I mean? I mean, you saw the 2003 Hulk, right?
I did. Just called Hulk.
Yeah. So that had his dad, and they fought at the end, and.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. Number 13, the wrong sister dies in My Sister's Keeper. Well, at least one of them did.
Yeah. I mean, but how does that change the outcome of the movie?
I don't know. I'm not aware of the book or the movie, to be honest with you.
I thought when you said the wrong sister died, it was like going to be Sophie's Choice or something.
No, that was the little boy died in Sophie's Choice. Number 12, Peter Parker's child abuse origin story isn't in Spider-Man.
He was abused?
Okay. Probably because that story came out in like the 80s, and it was like something that they bullshitted about, and that they never really referenced. They referenced it like once after that. They did this story about like Peter talking to this kid who was abused, and he talks about like how he was like molested when he was a kid.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's like they he even says it was in 1984, and then they referenced it in 1987, and then ever since then they never
buried it.
Yeah, because it was a really bad idea.
The truth must be told.
Number 11. This is a good example. The Turtles aren't brainwashed assassins in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And that goes for every adaptation.
That's like the first comics,
Yeah,
Mirage.
the very first comic.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like basically the whole reason that Splinter raised them and trained them was specifically to kill the Shredder.
And that happens in the first comic.
Yep, exactly.
Spoilers.
I mean, they found ways to bring him back a few times, but
Yeah, eventually.
his clones and whatnot. Number 10, Count Olaf is an evil clown instead of just plain evil in a series of unfortunate events. Well, when you cast Jim Carrey, that's bound to happen.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Of
Number
course.
9, Professor X doesn't perv on Jean Grey in the X-Men series.
Wait, when
Probably a good thing.
so he does in the comics, or
Look,
he
that
doesn't?
was, that was like the first couple of issues of like the 60s X-Men comics, which were shitty, by the way, where there was like this thing they threw in there where he had a crush on Jean Grey, who was 15, by the way.
Oh
And
God.
it was just in his head, and he was thinking, oh, if only I wasn't in this wheelchair kind of thing,
Oh,
And
gross.
they dropped that because it was creepy, and it was like in 2 issues in the 60s. They didn't drop that because it was too dark. They dropped it because it was stupid.
Talk about digging deep, though.
Yeah, they are digging deep for this. Number 8, Elsa doesn't kidnap and memory wipe a little boy in Frozen.
Frozen was originally a book?
Yeah, it was called The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen.
Oh,
Yeah. Apparently, like, Disney wanted to do The Snow Queen, like, as far back as the 30s, and they just struggled with the fact that the story was too dark to make into a Disney movie. So they fixed it by changing pretty much everything about it, so...
Taking everything of the Snow Queen out of the Snow Queen.
Hey, look, they made Hamlet into singing lions, so...
Yeah, Lion King. But that was pretty good.
Yeah. Number 7, this is like a grab bag of different things. Grim deaths, mutation origins, and limb losses aren't shown in the Hunger Games.
Mutations?
Well, I don't know what mutation origins, I don't know what that's all about. But, I mean, obviously they're not going to show kids getting, like, decapitated and shit. They're trying to get PG-13 ratings on these movies, rather.
I don't know, but it's called the Hunger Games. People die. Why would you want PG-13?
It's actually mutations. They're bloodthirsty, dog-like creatures.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was just a typo at first.
Mutation.
That's why I struggled saying. I'm like, that doesn't look spelled right.
Yeah.
All right, number 6. Cinderella's stepfamily doesn't lose eyes and toes in Cinderella.
Yeah, I knew about this. That was fucked.
Wasn't one of them forced to dance until she, like, dropped dead or something?
Yeah, like, to make sure that it was all...
Something like that.
Yeah, it's so fucked up. A lot of those origins of those movies are like, geez.
This could just be all Disney movies, really.
Yeah.
It could really be. And number 5 is another Disney movie because Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was noticeably lacking in cannibalism and pedophilia.
Wait, how old was Snow White?
I think it depends on the version of it, but she wasn't 18.
No, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And then creepy Prince Charming comes up and just kisses random woman. Oh,
hey, look, in Sleeping Beauty in the original story, he fucked her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She had children before she even woke up.
That's so
Which I would imagine when she woke up, she probably had a few questions.
Just raised the eyebrows. Oh, yeah. Really?
Number 4, Peter Pettigrew doesn't strangle himself to death in Harry Potter.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I'm surprised they left that out because they left most of the dark shit in.
There's a lot of dark stuff later on, man.
They didn't cut a lot. They cut a lot for length and for clarity, but I was actually surprised that they changed that. I thought that they would leave that intact.
That maybe they thought, well, that's the line. Like, that is the line they can't cross.
Or maybe, you know what I think it was? Because they never showed him getting a silver hand. It wouldn't have made a lot of sense for that to happen.
So they cut it for clarity.
I think it was more for continuity, I think.
Yeah.
Why would he strangle himself in the movies? Number 3, there's no date raping of children in A Clockwork Orange.
Well, there's already some raping in the Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, but in the book he rapes some 10-year-olds, so...
Fuck, man. I didn't know that.
Well, the whole point was to just drive home what a scumbag he is, so...
Well,
That's
the movie does that just fine.
Yeah, but that's about the scumbaggiest thing you can think of, isn't it?
Yeah, you got a point.
Number 2, Sleeping Beauty. I mean, we just talked about this. Sleep Sex and Sleep Birth were kept out of Sleeping Beauty.
It makes sense to not put those
especially
in.
Since I just want to mention that Aurora was 14.
Yup.
So now I don't really know how old Prince Charming was, but
still,
it's still really super creepy.
And everybody was just like, "No, that's cool. We'll just let her have babies."
It's a different time, I guess, huh?
Very.
And number 1, Ariel does not die at the end of the Little Mermaid.
Sea foam, right?
Yeah. I actually saw a cartoon version of The Little Mermaid that wasn't made by Disney.
Uh-oh.
And it was, like, based on the original story. And, yeah, she just fucking dies at the end.
Because she doesn't go through with it. Like, the Prince Eric or whatever doesn't fall in love with her.
Yep, that's true.
Or doesn't get the kiss, that's it.
I think it was a little more complicated than that, but it was something along those lines. Okay.
Yeah,
I honestly think that this literally could have been all Disney movies, especially since the ones that weren't Disney were kind of questionable.
Yeah, but I like that they changed it up. But they could have done a whole list, Disney movies, Secret Origins.
Oh, well, I'm sure there are lists like that out there.
Yeah.
Out of, what was it, 14? Yeah, it was 14. What do you think? I'm thinking like a 10.
12.
How about a Simpsons list?
Yeah.
The 27 dirtiest Simpsons jokes in the history of the series.
That's a paddling.
I don't know if it's 27 because it's Ranker and this changes all the time, so I'm going to scroll down and find out what it's actually going to be. That's a paddling.
Yeah.
All right, come on. Is it 27? Let's find out. No, it's 28 actually, see?
Oh, well, good heavens, we can't do the list now.
Well, okay, remember 28 isn't really a dirty joke.
Oh?
It was the thing with the hair. It was like, I just have one question about my hair. Where does it start? Head, hair. Where's the border?
I don't get it.
Art was like where does my head end and my hair begin?
Yeah, but I mean, what's so dirty about it?
There's nothing dirty about it.
Yeah, okay, that's weird.
Yeah. Number 27 is the sign that Sneed's Feed and Seed, formerly Chuck's.
Get it?
Yeah.
You got to think for a couple seconds.
Miss it thing. What was that?
You got to think about it.
Well, you don't have time to think about it because it's on screen for like a split second.
But to the trained eye...
Yeah. Number 26, I'm not really sure if this is a dirty joke, but I always figured my wife was my soulmate, but if it's not Marge, who is it? Where do I begin looking? This really goes beyond my training as a furniture salesman. It's a good joke, but it's not dirty.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, this one's not really dirty, but it's kind of, we'll say,
suggestive.
Edgy. It's an edgy one, I would say. Number 25. The mound builders worship turtles as well as badgers, snakes, and other animals. Thank God we've come to our senses and worship a carpenter who lived 2,000 years ago.
Ooh, gonna cut yourself on all those edges.
Yeah, like I said, it's an edgy joke. It's not a dirty joke, but okay. Number 24. I don't know. This is not. Oh, you know what it is? The clickbait title was incorrect.
So what is it? Edgy ones?
No, it's actually because I'm looking at the top and it says Dirtiest Simpsons joke, but the URL says adult jokes in The Simpsons.
That makes more sense.
That does make more sense. So number 24, it's hard to convey, but it's that where Homer is freaked out and he's running and he's freaked out by something. And he sees that big sign that just says die and he screams.
Oh, diet.
And then the shrubs move that says diet and he screams even louder.
Yeah.
He's like, ah! Diet. Ah! Number 23, Marge, it's 3 a.m. Shouldn't you be baking?
Uh-huh.
She was like pounding nails on the roof or something.
Yeah.
Number 22, Springfield Heights Institute of Technology.
Shit.
Yeah.
That was like the Accepted movie.
Yeah. Number 21 is the Homer Simpson with Mr. Plow. Like, ooh, wear the jacket in bed. I'm Mr.
Mr.
Plow.
Plow. That's
That's
my
my
name.
name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
Oh.
Number 20, the needle exchange. We mean sewing. Oh, that one.
That's good.
So many of the great jokes are just signs, you know?
Yeah.
Number 19, Bart, where'd you get that shirt? I don't know. Came out of the closet?
But
Yeah. Everybody dance now. Number 18, Zookeeper, those two monkeys are killing each other.
Yeah.
Guy whispers, oh. Number 17 is when Mrs. Krabappel showed that sex ed thing with the bunnies. She's faking it.
Yeah, Fluffy Bunny and Fuzzy Bunny.
Something like that, yeah. She's faking it.
Yeah, as she's taking a drag.
Number 16. Look, Homer, all of us pull a few boners now and then.
But
Yeah.
full of few boners. Yeah, I bet.
Number 12. This guy walks into a bar and takes out a tiny piano and a 12-inch pianist. Oh, wait, no, I can't tell that joke.
No, wait, who tells that one?
Krusty.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like doing the Krusty voice because it hurts my voice.
Ah.
Number 12. I think women and seamen don't mix. We know what you think.
Smithers.
Yeah. Number 13. Should I wax slow or fast?
Walk slow, then
fast. Yeah, whacking day.
Yeah.
Number 12, where the Sleep Easy Motel, but the lights were out, so it just said Sleazy Motel. Hourly rates, adult movies, no vacancy.
Yeah.
Clientele. Number 11, you can't have any fun in bed. When you're older, you'll know better. And cuts to Homer eating a sandwich in bed. Number 10, Otto walking out of the Stoner's Pot Palace. Man, that is just flagrant false advertising.
Not a bad Otto.
Yeah, it was a crockery store. Stoner's
Yeah.
Pot Palace.
Stoner, yeah.
Number 9, tell him I went to the back seat of the car with a woman I love and I won't be back for 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yay!
Number 8, Homer, my face is up here. I already made my choice.
As he stares harder.
Yeah. Number 7, do not touch Willie. Good advice.
Oh, yeah. What was that,
That was the Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace.
Oh, yeah. And,
How about number 6? This is a from a sign on the sperm bank. Springfield Sperm Bank established 1858. Put your sperm in our hands.
These signs, man, people might miss them.
Number 5, and Homer and Marge just got done making love, and they're sitting in the middle. I hope the kids didn't hear us. It's just like Bart's face, he's horrified, and Lisa's face, and then it cuts to Flanders, and he's just like, wow.
Yeah. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Number 4, Marge was doing yoga, and she's like this face down, ass up position. What position is this? The American taxpayer. Hi-yo.
Oh. Hi-yo.
When this is number 3 is when I don't know, I forget what it was, but Ned Flanders was trying to get Homer to punch him for some reason.
Do it. Punch me. Me.
He says, come on, Homer, I'm insisting on a fisting. And then Smithers shows up out of nowhere. What's this about fisting?
Jeez.
They're very blatant with him sometimes.
Is he just, waiting around for the proper moment?
Whoa, my phone's going ballistic.
Zzz.
Hold on a second. I'll just look at this. See if it's anything important.
Yeah, like when you kept messaging my phone when I was streaming before.
Yeah, I was trying to get you to look at your phone.
Yeah, and then well, sure enough.
Well, I had to say something eventually. Number 2 is Bart trying to talk to his girlfriend. Give me another chance. I'll be way more attentive to your needs on the seesaw. I'll stay down there for as long as you want.
Aha.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Bart is quite the cunning linguist.
Hey, hey.
And number 1, this is one of those future episodes where it showed an adult Bart in bed with Miss Hoover, and he said, now I see why they call you Miss Hoover.
No, hey, get it?
That's,
That's sexual?
sexual, yeah. I can't believe they got away with that one.
Yeah.
All right, out of 28, 2-8.
Yeah? What say you?
I say 2-2.
22.
22.
I don't know. I like a lot of those. I'll go 25.
2-5. I don't know why I'm talking like this. It doesn't even make sense.
2-5.
1-0-0, 1-0-0-1.
1-0-0-1-1-0-0-1-0-1.
What's that?
I was trying to remember what the exact name of that Next Generation episode was.
Oh, okay. There's something in binary.
Yeah.
Let's do one more list.
Okay.
And with this TV, it's also from Riker. It's a TV show list.
Ooh.
And how many are there? Oh, there's a lot. Wow, there's a lot.
Fuck.
All right, well...
Oh, fuck.
Well, it goes to 130, but let's not do that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Let's just do, like, the top 25, we'll say.
All right. And what is the list?
Worst TV show finales.
Oh, no.
What do you think is the absolute worst finale
That
you've seen?
I think that I've seen. I think one of them is How I Met Your Mother.
You know, I never watched that, so I can't, like, really have an opinion on that.
Well, it's a bit of a downer. And
Okay.
I mean, and the Seinfeld finale...
Seinfeld is one that jumps right out to me because season 9 was so fucking great, and then there was this, like, episode that made no sense. And
Yeah, it could have been. It had potential. The storyline had potential.
No, see, the problem is that there shouldn't have been a storyline. It's a show about nothing.
Yeah.
Why is there a storyline?
'Cause
All right,
they wanted to have a capper on the end, I guess.
I don't know. Number 25 is the Ghost Whisperer. I don't know. All right.
Oh, that's with what's her face from Party of Five.
Okay, whatever, man. Number 24 is 2.5 Men. I mean, you could argue that whole show is fucking awful, so.
It jumped a shark day one, right?
Dude, there were so many sharks under it. Number 23 is Carnival.
It's Carnival.
Yeah, I never watched that. Number 22 is Entourage.
See,
But they made a movie out of that, didn't they?
yeah, does that count as the finale?
I don't think they're counting the movie as the finale.
See, I watched a lot of Entourage, but eventually I kind of got tired of how douchey everybody was, and I stopped watching.
It can be a bit fatiguing.
Yes.
Number 21 is Castle. I never watched Castle.
Oh, that has Nathan Fillion in it, which he's pretty good, but I never watched the show.
I gotta agree fully with number 20 is Third Rock from the Sun. That was an awful First of all, that show had been on a decline anyway.
I liked the show, but I never saw the finale.
Oh, well, it was on a decline, and the finale is just bad.
Did they leave the planet?
Well, not only do they leave the planet, but what's-her-face, Jane Curtin there, wants to go with them, and he's like, nah, you're not coming with us. And then he, like, knocks her out.
Oh.
Like he punches her.
Oh, shit.
And this makes her lose her memory, so she doesn't remember them. And I'm thinking, like, okay, but, like, what about all her friends that knew that she was in a relationship with this weird bald guy that she now doesn't remember?
Yeah, she's going to look like a psycho.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, guys.
Number 19 is Angel. I refuse to even watch that show, so...
Because Joss Whedon?
I didn't even really like Buffy, so then you're going to do, like, spin-offs. I'm over it.
I think I wasn't watching TV at the time just because I was doing other shit. So, I don't know.
Number 18 is Dinosaurs. Dude, you remember that fucking show?
That show was great.
The series finale wasn't.
No, all the dinosaurs die. Spoilers.
Yeah. Well, they don't die in the episode, but
Well, no, but
it's
they're
implied
gonna...
that they will die soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just look outside.
Number 17 is The Secret Life of the American Teenager, which I'm not familiar with.
Is this finale she dies?
I guess. I don't know.
That's what I want to guess. Secret Life is, spoilers, she's dead. She was dead the whole time.
Oh, yeah. I see dead people. Number 16 is Merlin. I've seen a few episodes of this, but I'm not aware of what they would have done for the finale.
I saw the whole first 2 seasons, and I thought they were great, and then I just stopped.
It did get bad after a while, so yeah.
Yeah.
Number 15 is Jericho, which I've never watched.
Was that the show where, like, all the old people die?
I think so. I don't know.
And then, like, it's just kids or, like, young adults?
Number 14 is My Name is Earl. That didn't have a finale. They just
I
fucking
think
canceled it.
I think that's the problem. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, I bet Duckman will be on here.
Oh, well, maybe. Well, maybe further on down. Because, like, My Name is Earl, like, they didn't really get to do a finale. I mean, they in some other shows that guy made, they hinted at what happened to Earl, but, you know, like, they never got to wrap that up. And that was a fucking good show.
He got hit by another vehicle and died.
Number 13 is Star Trek Enterprise. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I think they fucked this up. Because they had a really great finale, and then they had, like, another episode after that.
Second last episode ended just fine.
It was great, and then they do this weird thing where it's, like, all in the holodeck of Next Generation, and...
They gotta yank Next Gen out of here.
Yeah, and it's like, I thought it was cute when you saw that Jonathan Frakes was the cook, because the cook was kind of like this character they always talked about but never showed. But then it's like, wait a minute, he's literally Riker, and this is the holodeck? Fuck you!
Yeah, like, just don't include it.
Yeah, that was dumb. Number 12 is Prison Break. I actually stopped watching after just, like, the first season, so...
Because it's like, well, they broke out of prison.
Yeah,
That's
I don't care anymore. Number 11 is The X-Files. I mean, what are they counting as the finale? Because they did...
just the regular, the first TV show?
Then they did a movie, and then they did, like, another couple of episodes...
And
there was a second movie, so, like, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's all fucked up.
I was super into the show, and it got really fucked up towards the end, and I stopped watching it. I did like the first movie.
Now people associate it with the Illuminati.
Oh, jeez.
Number
Number 10 is Alf. Alf didn't fucking have a finale either. That also just got canceled.
And that was a shitty way to end it, too.
Well, because they were supposed to follow up on it, and they never got to.
Yeah, so it's just like, well, you're captured now. Sorry.
I mean, they did do that, like, movie, that made-for-TV movie, but that was shitty.
Yeah.
Number 9 is The Sopranos. I have to agree. I think that, kind of like Enterprise, the second-to-last episode of The Sopranos was very good, and then the last episode was just like, wait a minute, is this like the end of Taxi Driver where it's all fake?
They should have listened to the song and not stopped. Don't stop.
Number 8 is Quantum Leap. Now, I'll be honest with you, and I used to watch the show. I've never actually seen the last episode.
You would not like it.
I heard that I would not like it, yeah. But I did really like it. I loved this show, but I never saw the last episode.
You might want to keep it that way.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Number 7 is True Blood. I didn't.
I watched like 6 seasons of that because I was into it. I was into it at first.
That's a lot of seasons.
It got stupid and stupid and stupid, and then I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. Number 6 is Seinfeld.
There you go.
And I mean, it's just like if the last season hadn't been as good as it was, it might not have been as egregious for the last episode to be bad.
It was like, imagine a car just getting faster and faster and then coming to a stop.
And then crashing.
Yes.
Number 5 is How I Met Your Mother, so there you go.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was so controversial.
The mom dies.
I mean, okay.
The mother dies.
I don't know why that's so controversial because I never watched it. Number 4 is Lost. I think it was clear that they were making this shit up as they went along.
Lost sounds like that's the name they gave each script, am I right?
Number 3 is Heroes. Didn't Heroes just get canceled?
Yeah, and people say that season 2 was just kind of shitty, and then it just got worse.
Yeah, it got bad. I mean, but then they just can't. They didn't really have a finale. I know they did that Heroes Reborn shit, but then people didn't like that either.
The webisodes?
Yeah. Number 2 is Roseanne.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be real here, because I'm a big fan of this show. The whole last season was a mess.
Yeah, we won the lottery. Oh, I've been cheated on.
Oh boy. And number one is Dexter.
Oh, yeah, it turns out the whole show was about just a lonely lumberjack.
Well, I mean, that's what happened to him afterwards.
Yeah, but I like to imagine it's all a big lead up to him just being a lumberjack.
Here's the thing. Wasn't the whole last season of Dexter kind of shitty, let's face it?
Yes, it was.
So,
I think the last 2 seasons were kind of...
Yeah, well, a lot of people say that as well. So, I mean, Dexter was on a pretty steady decline, so... I mean, of course, it makes sense that that's the worst one.
I think that the height was when John Lithgow was on the show that season, when he was...
I'm kind of... we did the top 25, but I'm just kind of glancing at the other things on the list.
See any other hot spots?
Like Sons of Anarchy is on here, and I thought that was a very good finale.
I thought it was okay. It was good enough.
So that's a weird one. Little House on the Prairie, I don't know what the fuck happened there. Like, Michael Bay decided to direct the last episode or something. And I like Michael Bay, but he's not the kind of guy you get for Little House on the Prairie. And
can you imagine?
I'm not saying for anybody out there that legitimately that Michael Bay directed the last episode. I'm just saying it was like that.
Can you imagine if Michael Bay directed like a mid-season episode of Little House?
Oh my god. That's actually a really funny idea.
Yes.
Like, pretty much every Saved by the Bell show is on here.
Oh, geez. Well, New Class, Original.
Yeah, they're all...
College Years.
They were all in there. College Years was actually number 26. So we just missed doing that one. The Drew Carey show. That fell apart at the end.
What was the finale about? I
don't remember, to be honest. I know I watched it, but I really don't...
I've seen it, but it's been a while.
It's forgettable. I do know that I watched it, but I do not remember anything about it.
That's the problem.
That is a big problem, yeah. What else? Millennium. That was a mess of a show.
I don't think I saw that.
It was kind of a not really, but kind of spin-off of X-Files.
Millennium. Excuse me, Willennium.
Oh, man, you did not just make that fucking reference.
Oh, yeah.
Really? The Millennium didn't last very long, did it?
No, it didn't.
That was pretty much the end of his rap career, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was like the peak, because it did well, but then it went... It
didn't do well! That was a bomb, dude! Okay, well, that's the show, but before we wrap it up, we're going to get live on List Critics.
Oh.
Jesse's reaction to a middle-aged Jughead rapping.
Oh, here we go.
I got to find it, though. It might not be the easiest thing to find.
Just type middle-aged Jughead. Oh,
no, I found it. I wonder if my comment's still there. Oh, yeah, there it is.
You left a comment.
Well, it was just like if you press 3, you know how like you can use numbers to skip around the video?
Yeah.
And if you keep pressing 3, it's like it's pure Satan. It's amazing.
Okay.
So I just said press 3 many times.
Press 3 for Satan.
It was literally, I wrote press 3 many times.
Okay.
Which I don't think anybody picked up. It was kind of a vague Chrono Trigger reference.
Okay.
Having the drinking contest with Ayla, and she says press B many times.
Oh, yes. Glug, 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 glug.
They censored that's a soup eating contest.
Get wasted.
Alright, I sent you the link. We're going to get your reaction to it. Let me know when you're hitting it, because I'm going to watch this abomination with you. If you can make it through all 97 seconds of this, that's a hell of a thing.
Okay.
Let me know when you're going to do it.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
You showered girls just like your father.
That's supposed to be Jughead.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm not. Are. Listen, I've got a plan. Oh, no. Come here.
Oh, fuck. That's a boombox. Oh, he's white guy dancing.
Oh, honey.
I don't know if this kid is properly embarrassed right now.
Yes.
But what the hell was that? I don't even know.
Ew.
But in like 2 seconds, he's going to start rapping with them. Like, he just zaps into it. Like, what the fuck was that?
Then you lay your ever-loving stuff
Hair.
on me. So fake, so sweet.
How is this not on the list?
This is fucking awful.
I know! How is this not on that list?
How is it so choreographed? Like the kid.
How was it that the kid is morbidly embarrassed by it, and then 2 seconds later he's dancing with his dad?
He's into it now. And that is one bad beat.
Well, they had to get like a copyright-free thing, I think.
He told the kid, "You got me rocking you."
Please.
Oh my god.
And then people clap, not because it was good, but because it's over.
It's over. Don't give me five, my man.
This came out in 1990.
That is goddamn travesty.
It was a movie that was made for TV. It was called Return to Riverdale, and I can't believe it was not on that list. I think the only reason it was not on that list is because nobody fucking knows about it.
It's more like Return to the Well. Jeez.
Return to the Well.
That's awful. Thanks for showing me that.
Now wait. Now press play again and hit 3 on your keyboard a bunch of times.
Oh shit.
Not like too fast, but just like do 3, 3, 3.
Gotta open it again. Really? Like a blum blum. That's weird.
Yeah, like what the fuck is he doing in that? He's like making monkey noises.
Like,
Like, that's not a thing. People don't do that. Monkeys do that. But anyway, that is List Critics Joy. I hope you enjoyed the show and getting Jesse to react to that, because that was fucking funny as fuck.
as fuck.
This video is no longer suitable for all advertisers.
Nope, never will.
You know what's funny? When I put up Potato Cast, did you see my title of it?
No.
It was a long title, but at the it was something like, you know, punch Nazis every day, and then this and that, and at the end it says, and other things not suitable for all advertisers. But that video has not been demonetized.
Hey, all right.
Despite the fact that I curse a blue streak in it.
Cool.
Seems pretty random which videos they pick.
All right.
All right, see y'all!
Bye.